Welcome to the planetary forecast as well as the Hump Day Reading. Today we're going to go over the Vedic chart, some moon, new moon. Just to remind y'all as we slide back on up here. Hold on. We are on the last day of Bastet. Tomorrow we go into the season of Isis. Please get out of my face. Isis is see, that's why you gotta get out the way. Peace, Felicia. Hey, bud. Peace. Welcome to the planetary forecast. So, Isis is the energy of it's from the 17th until it's from the 18th to the 29th. So this is the last day of Bastet, the fertile cat, being loyal and all that fun stuff. Also, I need to have a better note situation. There we go. Here we are. For fertility, pleasure, looking for balance and avoiding conflict, being charming, affectionate, sensitive, and loyal and devoted. That's all Bastet. But once we enter the energy of Isis, that's from October 18th to the 29th. That is being a great team player. Isis is the goddess of nature. Being honest and straightforward, sociable and romantic energy is heavy here. Being romantically courageous, learning, and humorous. It's heavy energy here. And peace, Harlem. Welcome, Hector, Walk Sharp, Smurf Angels, all y'all. Peace. Welcome in. We talk about the planetary forecast. But yeah, that's the energy for that. As we start to enter the third decan of the month. We are, as far as the Native American energy goes, we're in the energy of Raven, which deals with the butterfly clan. This is the air element, peacekeeper, harmonizer, shadow side versus the spiritual nature. Being balanced, being mindful of people pleasing is heavy here. Also being, on the dark side of things is heavy here as well. That's all Raven energy. And if you look at, the alignment of Raven to Libra energy, is pretty much the same thing. Peace to the God. Hey, Adonis. Peace. But yeah, that's there. So now when we get into the Vedic side of things, because the last time we were here, last Hump Day reading we did the tropical. The tropical rules over the thought process. So when we get into the Vedic side of things, we're getting into the actual energy exchanges, the happenings and the events in our space. So we start off the energy. Let's start off with the fourth house, because that's where we were most congested with on the Vedic on the charts, is the fourth house, the home and family. So we started off the new moon really focusing on the home and family with the sun and moon being there. The sun was there at a 15 degree, 1 and 5. That's knowledge and walking in the power of your truth. Hey, Tommy, peace. Hey, honey. Welcome. Hey, chosen. So we had the sun setting the tone that we were going to have those kind of experiences of the intellect of walking in the power of our truth, and what we're going to do with that. Thank you for the compliments. The moon is at 8, so empowerment in our nurturing side of things, feeling powerful, being tapped into our solar plexus chakra, creating transformations. All that energy was on the moon. Then, of course, we have the south node down here in Virgo on the Vedic chart. So where we're coming from and what we're comfortable. Oh, I love you too, Dare. Peace. Hey, Shad. Where we're coming from and what we feel most comfortable with is South Node energy in Virgo, which is being analytical, dealing with our Had, our splendor, the celestial technicians, labeling things. Hey, Bobby, welcome. Labeling things and all that fun stuff. That was at a 12 degree. That's knowledge and wisdom, which ultimately brings us to a sense of understanding. The sun brings us from knowledge of walking into the power of our own truth. So a lot of experiences that have you dealing with 6, which is equality. Paying attention to your health, wellness, daily routine is key here. Okay. And it, we are very comfortable with our understanding that was given to us, based upon our public school system or private school, wherever you went, but we still had like the same level of understanding on how things are, how we're supposed to carry ourselves on a daily routine, with the different titles that we have given each other in the workplace, in the home, as individuals and stuff like that. That's where we're coming from. Where we're moving to is that Pisces energy, is like that that individuality, being more spiritual and less like in the physical, and worried about the labels of things, and going more towards the Maya energy. That's what's happening in our energy exchanges. So with that being said, like you see a lot of, in our events and stuff, anything that's not in alignment with Maya, and anything that's not moving in that realm of righteousness, the truth is coming out. You see a lot of people coming into that space of like their business is being aired out. People are seeing them for who they are. Whatever delusions and illusions they created for people to fall into, like is being washed away. But yeah, and a lot of that is breaking up what we do on a daily routine. I'm sorry, I'm kind of cold. But a lot of that is breaking up the things that we do in a daily routine. A lot of things that we've been taught, is experiencing the transformation, that rebirth type energy, all that fun stuff. So over here in the fourth house of home and family, which is in Virgo energy when we started off the new moon season. Hey, stoned ape, excuse me, peace to the God. We also have Mercury here at a 16 degrees, so knowledge of that daily routine and the health and wellness and stuff like that, the labeling, the knowledge of the sense of equality, bringing us closer to God, and our throat chakra, which is what Mercury rules. Mercury rules also the eighth Sephiroth. This is the Sephiroth of the celestial technicians, labeling things, and maybe be more so in alignment with balance, the seven, the Oba scales, Netzach, which is the celestial designer. So we're connecting our throat chakra energy into, our heart chakra energy. What's up, Stoned Age? How are you feeling? Happy Thursday. Happy day of Obatala. And then Lilith was also here in the fourth house. So Lilith is the dark side of the moon, giving us that primordial energy of our nurturing self, of us as our comfortable self, us in our comfort zone. How are we rebelling against, the status quo? And Mercury and Lilith were actually in occultation, both of them being at 16 degrees, 1 and 6, knowledge of a daily routine and things like that. So, this new moon energy is this new moon cycle, from new moon to new moon, is heavy on finding that transformation, rebelling against the status quo, rebelling against the things that like we've been taught to do on a daily routine, things that we've just been taught altogether, the things that we've been labeling and how we've been labeling. Our moral and integral code is being challenged here too, because a lot of our morality is based upon certain like social, indoctrination that was given to us and stuff like that on a Guru Ray day, right? But yeah, that's a lot on that. And then the sun was right there at 15 degrees. So it was only 1 degree apart from the Mercury and Lilith occultation. So the sun being there is also aligning with like, okay, this is going to be in your experiences. Y'all ready for this new moon cycle? Because a lot of things that you guys have been taught to do and be and behave and you're going to realize that there's some underlying shit to it. This is not really what you want. This is not really, in alignment with nature. This is not natural. And a lot of it's going to like how we nurture ourselves, how we nurture each other, how we nurture our community, what we give birth to, as the fourth house deals with your Yesod, which is your divine womb. So what is it that you're giving life to? You at your most comfort self and stuff like that. When you keep it real, a lot of the things that, would make you most comfortable is going against a lot of things that we've been taught to do on a daily routine, that we've been taught to do on a daily basis, a lot to do with like this economic realm, the work life, and the different isms that we embark upon on a daily basis. Hey, Amp, how you doing, beloved? So that's all fourth house and Virgo energy. Fourth house stops in Libra, but there aren't any placements in Libra fourth house. But once we get into the fifth house of Libra, now we're in that fifth house, we're dealing with the Tippereth, right? In fact, before we even go there, so from the fourth house to the next fourth house, so now we'll have the sun and the moon in Libra fourth house. Actually, the sun enters a Libra constellation today. I'll let you guys know what time that happens, because we've been in Libra or Oba scales. We've been in the tropical, which we know deals with our thought process, how we think things are. But now we're starting to have more like Libra scale energy exchanges and events. So today, tomorrow on October 18th, the sun will enter Libra constellation at 1:40 a.m. That's when we'll have all of our transits. We'll have Venus entering the Sagittarius zodiac, the sun entering Libra constellation, Mercury entering Draconic Scorpio, and then the fortune will be transiting into Pisces 6th house. So that's not happening today. It's happening on Friday on the 18th. On the 18th, we'll have the sun transiting officially into the Libra constellation. So, we'll have more Mayat-centered energy exchanges and happenings, events, and stuff going on. Hey, Casey, peace to the goddess. Hey, Zapre, Paulette. Hey, y'all. Hey, Darla. So yeah, in this fourth house, let's go back here. So we go from the moon, south node, the sun, Mercury, and Lilith all in Virgo in the fourth house. Now we're going to Libra in the fourth house. All right, the fourth house starts in Libra. This is how we're being nurtured, right? How we're nurturing others. Us at our comfort self. We have the sun and moon sitting there in the next new new moon phase. The sun will be at 16. So the sun moves from 15 degrees to in the fourth house to 16 degrees. So now we have knowledge in our daily routine, bringing us to that godly energy. So the space where like the degree where Mercury and Lilith is at, now our sun will be at that 1 and 6. Knowledge and the equality that's bringing us closer to God in our experiences, and the Libra scales, and the scales of Mayat. So more energy exchanges, more revelations of people that are not in alignment. Definitely a big God-like energy happening there. We don't always understand or understand, when God is moving in certain spaces, when God, nature, the universe, whoever, Allah, whoever you want to, let's do nature for the sake of like people's feelings or whatever, right? So, people don't fully understand the way nature moves to create a certain sense of righteousness and balance, but we'll have a heavy sense of righteousness and balance on November 2nd. That'll be a big day for that. The moon will be in Libra at a 23 degrees. So 2 and 3 is wisdom in that space of understanding, which will ultimately bring you to walking in the power of your truth and that nurturing self. So you'll find yourself like probably the things that you were doing on a daily basis, you definitely won't be doing by the time we get to November 2nd. Mercury is in Scorpio in the fourth house. So transformations happening in our health, wellness, daily routine. Learning more on things that'll empower us is heavy here. Mercury will be at a 4 degrees, so it'll be in that space of creating the foundation. Y'all getting into this space of planning, which makes sense because we'll be in a new moon. So of course, harvesting, invoking in your space, that foundation of how you want to spend your everyday. But now more so in the space of what's going to empower me, what's going to feel good, what is going to be nurturing to my solar plexus chakra, and what do I want to enforce in my space. And when we deal with our solar plexus chakra, we're enforcing our internal law. All right, so whatever your internal law is, you're going to be working more and more towards enforcing that. And I know a lot of y'all internal laws is not in alignment with the social indoctrination that we're under. You see a lot of different wars, a lot of protests and different things happening outside of ourselves right now. Those are personifications of what's going on within. It's time to start fighting against the status quo and like stop being scared and start making those big decisions. Like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it's not in alignment with your spiritual self and your moral and integral code, then it's fucking not. Like, what are you going to do about it though? Like, that's what the Vedic chart calls for. Like, tropically speaking, we were all in our mindsets about it. And if you guys didn't catch on to the tropical chart reading, I did that last Wednesday, so you guys can go back and check that one out. But like in this one, it's like, yeah, what are you guys going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? So Mercury is over there in that fourth house of what we're going to give birth to, what we're invoking in our space that's going to give us empowerment. So that's all fourth house energy from new moon and new moon. So now we go into the fifth house. The fifth house, we started this new moon energy. We set the tone off with Venus over there in Libra, really finding balance, harmony, and justice, righteousness, and truth of what was going on in our heart. So it started with our heart, having those energy exchanges with people we love, places we value. Libra energy more so deals with interpersonal relationships, so one-on-one, not so much as a whole group type of situation. Libra energy also deals with like bonds and contracts, so like your emotional attachment or attachment, how you value yourself based upon how you're valuing this bond or this contract or this relationship. It was 1 and 6, so once again we're coming in that space of knowledge on how we're spending our daily routine, really paying attention to your heart chakra and how you feel during this moon cycle is heavy here. Pay attention to how certain things make you feel. If you guys are in alignment with my daily mathematics, think about how the different numbers and the different planetary alignments, how are they making you feel? What kind of mood are they putting you in? Some of you guys want to work like, y'all in Christ consciousness all year long, but you're not. That's a phase for you. Learn about when your Christ oil is coming down on you, because it's not the same as the other person that's next to you. Ashe, y'all got different ascendant energies and it aligns with the moon differently. Same thing with Some of you guys are more so sun beings. You guys aren't in tune with your chakras and the celestial bodies and how they're aligned with your chakras. So y'all want to move like the summertime all year round. For some of you guys are more awakened in the darkness. So this Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn energy, y'all love it here. Where some of y'all is more so in the Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo energy. And y'all want to move like y'all in that right now in this space and time, but that doesn't work for you. So learn about your personal cycles and where you feel empowered at and how you feel under these different numbers. Like, and it's not even just like, being under Libra energy. It's also like the days of the week. The days of the week have different energies. It's also about the hours during the day. They have different energies. It's about the date, the number. They have different energies. And when you place them all together, you think more of yourself. Like, I was born on a Wednesday. Wednesdays are fun for me. I like Wednesdays. That's why I do the Hump Day reading. Tarot is easier for me on Wednesdays. I'm a Virgo stellum. I also have, quite a few very prominent placements in Gemini. So Mercurian flow, 8th sphere. 8s are really good for me. I like the 8th here. Scorpius energy, Oya energy. 8 also deals with Sebek, bringing me right back to Mercury. You know what I'm saying? So having those kind of like knowledge and like patterns that you can make that you could just spit out. So like 8 o'clock hour is usually an hour where I would get some shit popping. Like, if I could get out of bed every day at 8 o'clock p.m., I would do it. Like, 8 a.m. Not so much. I wake up at 7:30, but it's just to stare at the walls. It's not to be productive. But getting into those different parts of yourself is very important. You know what I'm saying? I don't teach you guys these things to like, be stuck on it and trying to enforce it on other people. It's just so that you can become more in tune with yourself and how you move and where you're most energetic versus least energetic. Hey, Melly, peace. All those things matter. So that's what Venus is calling you to come into realization with, though. Like, prioritize yourself in these interpersonal relationships and bonds and contracts, and pay attention to how you feel in them and how balanced you are in these numbers and letters and things of that nature. Having that knowledge on your daily routine and your sense of equality brings you closer to God, closer to the sevens. It's bringing you closer to to be more balanced with yourself. Then I appreciate y'all for the follow. Hey, Chef, peace to the God. Also in the 5th house, the 5th house also moves on to Scorpius energy, how we start the new moon, how we set off this energy. The vortex is in Scorpius energy. So that set off the tone. The vortex is at a 7 degree. So it's at that Oba number. It's at the supreme mathematics of God. How balanced you are is what you are attracting in your space. If you're not balanced in a certain area of your life, guess what? You're going to see the personification of whatever energy exchanges that you have that are going to resemble your lack of balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give you an example. Me and my relationship with money, I don't know how, if I should watch how I speak, but like the whole like debt note conversation and fiat currency and credits and all that shit, it irritates my spirit because it's all fucking stupid. Like, even if you do move into like the space of nationality and now we're getting the credits and it still sounds stupid. It still sounds like a whole bunch of made up shit that prevents us from moving in alignment with nature. I don't give a fuck if you do it private or public. It all sounds fucking stupid. It does to me. Does that mean that I'm not going to do it? If I have to do it because I got kids and I want them to have, a certain life setup, and I don't know when God going to call me to the other side to do work on the other side, then like, let me set them up at least so they have some level of knowledge and they can operate themselves a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that shit. But I still think this shit is stupid. I still think it's a waste of time. I think it just gives a bunch of people a place to sit on a podium and turn their nose down on people. Like, if I seen Jonah Bay all over the place all fucking day today looking like a fucking colonel from KFC and shit. I couldn't stand it. I can't stand his face. Sorry, not sorry. Jonah Bay, can't stand your face, bro. Like, people like you irritate me because you keep this certain kind of shit alive and it's not in tune with nature. I don't give a fuck if you're private or public about it. Humans are not supposed to live like this. Fuck your paperwork. For real, for real. Fuck all y'all paperwork. Fuck the nationality paperwork. Fuck the certificate of live birth paperwork. Fuck the credits paperwork. All y'all keep making up this shit and y'all making people scared. Y'all making people nervous. Y'all fucking with people's Libra energy. Y'all fucking with people's Venus and Taurus energy. And y'all know that's what y'all doing. And y'all make money off of it. And y'all feel powerful from it. Fuck y'all. That's how I feel about it. Wholeheartedly. But, a lot of people want to flow into it and fall into it, and they paying $200, $300 to take a class to learn how to be private and, get their social security cards in order and this, that, and the third. And I get it and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because I would like to do that too, just in case. Yes, you're absolutely right. They're scammers too. They are scammers. People that are taking y'all personal information, y'all willingly giving it to them so they can give you fucking first grade knowledge on UCC codes, because they're not telling you nothing that you can't go read yourself and figure it out yourself. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. It's not fucking hard. You could read the words and say, oh, y'all been jipping us. But your spirit already know these motherfuckers been jipping us. So why did you have to read it in the UCC code to realize motherfuckers been jipping us? This is not the way humans should be living, period. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, but you got people that want to make a living. They'll sit here and tell you, oh, you got credits, you got this and that, but you still want to fix your mouth to charge me $200. How many people did you charge $200 this week? Oh, you got 20 clients charging, you charge $200. So you made $4,000 this week. And you want to sit here and convince me that you know about nationality and privatization? You don't know shit, nigga. You're a scammer, and this is how you make your fucking money. Stop doing people like this. But you know what? The laws of Maya is going to come for all of y'all that's sitting there doing that, because if you really gave a fuck about people, you wouldn't be playing the paperwork game. You would be putting together people and saying, you know what, we're tired of this shit. Fuck this shit, and we're going to start fighting back. Fuck what you talking about. I don't give a fuck about your paperwork. We don't have to play this, oh, get off their ship, but do all this paperwork. Give the IRS more papers to do, and do this over here and fill that out. You don't have to do none of that shit. You want to know why? Because God brought me here, period. The fuck are we talking about paperwork? Nigga, you know who brought me here? It wasn't no fucking shit. It's not, what? Stop playing with me, and then you'll stop playing with yourself. And hopefully that's what that Venus and Libra is over there putting in your heart. Nigga. This shit not balanced. It's not righteous. It's not fair. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't have to do 3 years worth of paperwork and read thousands of pages of UCC CFR codes. As soon as I learn them, I read them, y'all switching them up on me again. You know what I'm saying? It's a game. It's a game. Every time you get to the finish line, they're going to move the line. It's a game. And then you got people that look like you, that are melanated like you, or look like you because they can speak in layman term like you, and sit there and read the shit to you and then charge you $200, $300. Nigga, I should be able to do whatever the fuck I want on this land, period. What are we talking about? You didn't give me this land. This land don't belong to nobody. We're borrowing it. This land will outlive us. This water will outlive us. This air will outlive us. We're borrowing in the physical. That's what we're doing. And if you don't know how to walk and communicate yourself like that, then, you know, learn that shit. But like, this is a fucking game. Fuck the police officers. Fuck the court system. Fuck that government shit. Fuck these corporations. At what point are we going to just be like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I don't give a fuck. Stop feeling proud every time your child, oh, my son's a police officer. My sister is a police officer. Fuck y'all. I don't give a fuck. Y'all policy enforcers. Y'all enforcing a policy that has us going against nature. That doesn't impress me. Your child being a straight A student doesn't fucking impress me. The honor roll shit doesn't fucking impress me. Just lets me know that y'all are still proud of being slaves on a plantation. I'm not impressed. Yawn. Do something else. That's my TED Talk for the day. So let's go back to the stars. So Venus is Libra, bringing us closer to God, closer to the open scales. It's focusing on the contracts, the law of justice, the truth. The fifth house ends with the vortex and Scorpius energy. So again, like I said, how powerful you feel, you know, how you're empowering yourself, the law you're enforcing yourself, that is what you're going to attract in your vortex. So if you're over here playing a paperwork game and, you know, you want to play that game or whatever, that's what you're attracting in your vortex. Opportunities to play that game. You know how many court dates I had since I started putting that in my fucking vortex? I ain't never been in court so much. Why the fuck am I always in court for stupid shit? Oh, why? Because I'm over here learning about UCC codes and CFR codes and all this shit like that. And so now I keep being fucking tested. Knowledge and wisdom brings understanding. Understanding is Saturn. That's the challenge, is based upon your knowledge and wisdom. So when you start making this shit a part of your vortex, that's what you're going to deal with. Is that shit you really want to deal with? If it is, more power to you. That's where you want to be at. But if that's not no shit that you don't want to deal with, then don't be there. You don't have to be there. There's people that are living righteously, freely, and they're not dealing with the paperwork. Do they have the same access to certain shit as other people do? Some of them don't. Some of them don't. But everything comes with a sacrifice, and all magic comes with a price. Get over it. Okay? Hey, Ishmael. But yeah, your vortex is letting you know, whatever it is that you're putting out, you're going to get right back. And if you guys have been paying attention to the daily mathematics, you know, everything we have been putting into the ones and zeros, we've been getting, putting it together. But then once we put it in the year 8, we get it exactly back. Para ejemplo, Putting 1 and 7. Today is the day of 1 and 7. Knowledge on that balance, knowledge on that 7, which we're going to talk about heavy today. Obviously, we started off real strong with the 7s, right? With the vortex being a 7, talking about the Libra scales, all that fun. All that 1 and 7, knowledge on God brings us to transformations. That's the 8, building and destroying. We're going to put that transformation 8 into the month of knowledge. We're in the month of knowledge right now. Intellect, swords, air energy, butterfly clan, raven. I don't give a fuck however way you look at it. We're in air right now, right? The wind is blowing our cosmic seeds we've harvested in the Virgo constellation zodiac. Ashe. So now we're in a space of 8. We're going to take that 8. We're going to put it into the year of 8, right? 9. It brings us to 9. Yesod. Yesod is what we give birth to. We're going to take that 9. We're going to put it into the year of 8. We're not giving birth to that knowledge of God. We don't put it into the Ketters. Now it's to our divine womb. We're going to put it into the year 8. High highs make low lows. The goal is to be the homeostasis in the middle, especially because right now we're in the wood dragon year. It's not just any old dragon. It's the wood dragon. Being grounded is key here. Hey, Nazarel, peace to the God. That brings us back to 1 and 7. So whatever you started off with is what you're going to end up with. Overall, today is a day of 8. Today is a day of empowerment, transformations, building and destroying, right? What are you going to build and destroy on this day of Obatala? A lot of us got to build and destroy. And I said that at a 1 o'clock. Thank you. Live, love, laugh, love free. Ashe. When you're building on this shit, stuff got to be destroyed too. No two things can stay at the same place at the same time. Learn the laws of physics. You know what I'm saying? When you learn the laws of physics, it'll make energy make sense because we're energies first. This physical shit is temporary. All this physical shit is temporary. Have you realized that everything that man makes is temporary? It has an expiration date. Even the food has an expiration date. All of it has an expiration date. Everything withers. Everything weathers. Everything goes away. Even your physical body. The moment you're born, you start decaying in some type of way, shape, or form. You could be the healthiest person in the world and you're still going to have a moment of decay. Ishmael Rodriguez has been banned. I don't know how you got banned. You want a reading, Nazarel? I'll give you a reading. Let me get through the astrology real quick. I really appreciate your build of peace. Thank you for sending in. I appreciate you. So yeah, that's the mathematics. Today's the day of 9. Today's the day of 8. What are you conceiving? Being mindful of that. So now we come into the Scorpius energy. That's how we start the 5th house. So the 5th house actually starts in Scorpio. Speaking of the number 8, once we get to November 2nd, we have Venus sitting over there in Scorpio energy at a 2-4. That's wisdom and equality. Wisdom and foundation. That brings us to equality because 2 + 4 = 6, right? Hey, Deja, peace. So we have that application of our knowledge and we're building a foundation on what that knowledge does for us. Same thing I just said. You are the way everything's set up all this month. It's what kind of experiences do you want to have? That is dependent upon the thoughts that you have in your mind. What are you studying? What you teaching? What you learning? What are you evolving your life around? What are you trying to grow into? You know what I'm saying? One love, roll, one sin, and positive vibes. Peace to the God. Thank you. Hey Daniel, what are you moving into? What you give your intellect on, what you give your brain space to, that's what you're going to experience. Like I said, if you want to be into the law of justice and you want to do the privatization and all the paperwork, let you know right now, I've never been in court so much in my life. I started getting court cases for silly shit. I had to go to court for custody of my child. I had to go to court because my dog kept jumping out the window. I keep having encounters with police officers and communicating myself like, why am I going through this? Oh, I know why, because I'm over here studying this shit and that my knowledge now is like, okay, you got knowledge, the universe is going to give you the wisdom so you can have the understanding. So now when I'm in a courtroom, I do hear the shit that they be saying, whatever, but those are the experiences I had to have. Are those experiences that you want to have? Not all of y'all is ready for them experiences. And that's what a lot of these people that's sitting on this platform not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you about all the times they got arrested. They're not going to tell you about all the tickets they got. They're not going to tell you about all the times that they had their stuff repoed. They've been detained. They're not going to tell you about all the court cases they got coming up. They're not going to tell you all that. Or they're going to be like, oh, get the credits. You're going to have the money and you could get the car and then and give us your social. They're not going to tell you about all the other shit that you got to go through by yourself because they're not going to do it with you. They're not going to do it with you. They're not going to show up. They're not going to sit there and they're not going to do it with you. And that's why they always say ahead of time, I'm not going to hold your hand. That means they're not going to support you. They don't give a fuck about you. They're taking your money and you're letting them. Am I saying go in there and act like a U.S. citizen and put your head down or whatever? That's not what the fuck I'm saying. What I'm saying is you go ahead and keep relying on these people. They're going to put you in vortexes that you don't want to be in, that you wouldn't have to been in if you wouldn't have walked into these realms. You still moving like a physical body with a spirit, but you a spirit with a physical body. You are energy first. So be mindful of what you're concentrating on with your energy, because that's the realities that you're going to have. And they're not there for you. They don't give a fuck about you unless you're going to pay them more hundreds of dollars. I got custody court coming up next month. It happened once I began studying too. Right. As soon as I started studying, my kid's dad was trying to take me to court. He don't want me homeschooling. You ain't never have an issue with me homeschooling before. Now I got to go to court for custody and child support. Bro, I was stressed the fuck out. Never in a million years would I have taken that man to court. Now all of a sudden I got to go? The fuck? This nigga don't even like courtrooms. How did we end up here? Because of my mind. Because my mind was like, I need to do these things. I put myself in positions. I put it in my vortex. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. For some of y'all, that's what y'all want. Those are the experiences y'all want to have. That's cool. That's not what a lot of y'all want. A lot of y'all don't want that shit. So don't go that route. There's another way to go about getting your freedom. I promise you, on God it is. You don't have to go that route to be free and be left the fuck alone by these people. These motherfuckers can't even handle cutting grass in your municipalities on time. So why the fuck you think they over there chasing you around? Don't be scared. You ain't got nothing to be scared of. When you start being scared, you're going to put it in your vortex to be scared. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate you. Don't be scared. I wasn't scared. I wrote them an affidavit before I got there. You know what happened? I went there and I didn't say shit. I didn't say shit because there was no reason for me to be here. I don't do nothing wrong. I homeschool my kids. I got hit by a car a couple years ago. And yeah, I fell short. I needed his help more than usual. Help me. The fuck? Why you can't help me homeschool our child? You think if our child was in public school that you would have less work to do? That's more work. You know what I'm saying? You're stupid. And he knew he was stupid. So we get to the courtroom and I don't say shit. I already sent y'all my affidavit. I already told y'all didn't have no right to summon me or my child in this courtroom to be in with. I wasn't scared. I was mad. So I let him talk. He did all the talking. Came out. Oh, you know what? I was just upset. We weren't getting along at that period of time. Boo, 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 wop. Ended up having an agreement on paper that was already what we were doing. Nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes just be quiet. You ain't got to go in there barking. You ain't got to go in there saying a whole bunch of shit. Just let everybody else talk. And somebody asks you a question, just answer it. If you know how to talk, talk. Because I did. And yeah, they was side-eyeing me. My offspring, you know, I'm this, I'm that. Like, I was using the words. And yeah, they was looking at me crazy. But I only spoke when I was spoken to. I'm the defendant here. I don't got to say shit too much, nothing. I'm here against my will. But I'm telling you, it's going to be way more court dates. You putting that shit in your vortex, it's going to be way more court dates. It's just going to keep happening and happening. Am I saying we should bow down and let these corporations keep doing this and doing that? That's not what I'm saying. They shouldn't be doing none of this shit. There's other ways to get back. We got to just put our minds together, our hands together, or whatever, and rebuild the community so that we can get our get back. But there's other ways and other people are doing it, and it can be done. But I'm telling you, these people right now that's teaching y'all about this shit, they use the word arbitration. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all don't even know what the fuck that means. That means go to court. Arbitration means go to court. You're going to have to go to court. They might cut your shit off in the meantime. They don't even tell you like, oh, while you fighting against your utilities company or this or that, keep paying your bills in the process of it. Some of y'all not even paying y'all bills while y'all going through this shit. Y'all just like, oh, no, I'm not going to do nothing. Okay. They're going to cut your shit off. Be prepared for it to be cut off. And that's okay if that's what you want to go through. Some of y'all want to go through that. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's something on the other side. But I'm telling you, these motherfuckers up here is lying to y'all, especially TikTok motherfuckers. I can't stand them. They're lying to y'all. They're telling y'all half truths. They're not telling y'all everything they go through. And when they tell you everything, when they tell you some stuff, they use legalese to the same realms as the people who create the UCC and the CFRs. They're not telling you real definitions. And then the ones that's up here that's keeping it 100, showing you all the times they got locked up and shit like that, that's because that's what they want to go through. They love the chaos. They live in the chaos. If you can't live in the chaos, don't do this shit. It's not for you. I think I come across you to not put mines on child support. I was really finna do it. I almost was about to do a counter. And then something told me, like, no, just let that shit ride out. I just started listening to my spirit. Like, bro, just let that shit ride out. See what happens at the end of that, and go from there. So I did. And I'm glad I listened to my spirit. Because if I would have sat here in these Telegram groups and on TikTok and shit, I probably would have been in a different position up there, fucking chest out, talking and talking too much and all that. Nah, bro, because that's not my goal. My goal is to maintain my ability to homeschool my children, keep my child out of the public school system, and fuck him. Fuck him. Shit. 110. Yeah, fuck him on a 110. For real, it's hard out here. But be mindful of what y'all putting in y'all vortex and what y'all giving power to and what y'all enforcing in y'all vortex. That's real heavy. The vortex will still be in the 5th house when we get to the next month, when we get to the month of November. It's actually going to be over there at a 2 degree in Sagittarius. So now it's putting us into that space of the oracle and the sage and the wisdom. So we go from the space of enforcement of the solar plexus chakra to enforce the building and destroying based upon, how we're building our Maya and what our scales are balanced on and based on and stuff. And we're moving into this space of expansion, abundance, joy, generosity, optimism is what we should come up to, especially entering the month of 11. 11 is the number of mastery. 2, still adds up to 2. So that's that balance on a 111. 11 is and then 2 is that number of balance. So definitely allowing that vertex at a 2 degree, also at that balance degree in the 5th house. 5 dealing with the Tippereth, which is your Leo energy. That's your confidence and your courageousness, your creative energy, your romanticism, expanding yourself in that space. And then realizing, that's what you gravitate to in your vortex is how confident and courageous you're moving and your alignment with the oracle and sage. Now, for some of y'all, like I said, some of y'all got to be in these courtrooms. Y'all got to be doing those things. That's where y'all belong. But it's not where a lot of y'all belong. A lot of y'all over here doing it because somebody on TikTok told you stupid if you didn't. And stop. I would stop letting people on TikTok dictate your intelligence. Hey, Cuba, peace of the God. Then we come into the 6th house. Now we start off the month. There's no placements. There's no major celestial bodies in the 6th house, but the 6th house does start in Scorpio energy. That is the energy of transformation, the enforcer, building and destroying, power, empowerment. And we're putting that towards our daily routine. So if you're not engaging in things that give you a sense of power and empowerment on a daily basis, I would highly suggest you do so. Hey, y'all gotta listen to my daily mathematics every day. Go on and tap into that joint on YouTube. I also make positive affirmation music, but so do a lot of other people make, empowering music. Killer Priest just put out a really dope music project. Y'all check that joint out. We have a lot of really dope artists out here to listen to. Make up your own affirmations. Go to bed to affirmations. Start speaking up in certain areas that you've been biting your tongue in. If you deserve a raise, get that raise. If you deserve, whatever, just every day, an act of empowerment for yourself, an act of empowerment every day. Just keep empowering yourself, keep enforcing your internal law, keep doing that shit. And then allow that to move you into a space of optimism, expansion, because the 6th house moves you all the way up to the Sagittarius house before we get to the descendant energy, which is what we absorb from other people, places, and things, which is also starting off in Sagittarius energy. We don't have any planetary placements on that descending line. Now, when we get into the 6th house and the next on November 2nd, which is our next new moon energy, we have it starting off in that space of expansion of Sagittarius. Okay, we have it. We don't have any celestial bodies in the 6th house of Sagittarius, but we do have Pluto sitting in the 6th house of Capricorn. Now we have, that planet over there creating transformation and empowerment, building and destroying, focusing on the elders, the marketplace, the witches, space of business. If you have like power couple energy, some of you guys have businesses with people that, your spouse or whatever, lots of building and destroying happening there. Pluto's going to be at a 5 degree. That's walking in the power of your truth. It's sitting over there in Capricorn constellation still. We're actually in the cardinal energy of Capricorn. So even though Pluto is moving back towards Aquarius on the Vedic, our thought process, creating transformations in our social awareness and our energy exchanges, is still creating transformations in the different disciplines and how we and the different events that we have in our life based upon our discipline and our order and the challenges we experience based upon, you know what I'm saying? So like that's that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because understanding is Saturn. That's Capricorn energy, right? You get this knowledge, right? You, in order to, to have knowledge and not do nothing else with it is a waste of fucking time. Knowledge is not power. Application of knowledge brings power, because that's when you get to the wisdom. Wisdom is the discernment, and the discernment that's collected after you start applicating the knowledge. I know this, I'm having these energy exchanges, these things are happening, and then you come to a sense of understanding, which is Capricorn and Saturn. So now you have discipline and order. Now you have, how you get your resources and stuff based upon that wisdom, those wisdom experiences, energy exchanges, and stuff like that. We have Pluto creating transformations here. So a lot of shit y'all been standing under, there's going to be a pendulum swinging and power to stand under it. That's why I said, for some of y'all, them courthouses, the dealings with the police, all that shit y'all dealing with, that is y'all place. For some of y'all, it's, I need to go off grid and I need to create a community. Some of y'all need to create it. Some of y'all need to be a part of something that's already created. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all need to some of y'all lead a country. Some of y'all, still in the day-to-day, but like in y'all day-to-day interactions, y'all talking to people. Like, some of y'all just need a job change. You know what I'm saying? I just need to make money in a different kind of way. Or, I want to do away with money altogether. I want to go into this on, like, everybody has a place. You know what I'm saying? Not one place is wrong. Just make sure you're in the place right for you, and you're not following behind these influencers that got you going against your own personal nature. What other people doing ain't always for you. I'm a goddess of the crossroads. I touch a little bit of everything. I just like to touch a little bit of everything and have experiences in different things. Like, that's where I'm at. So I'll probably be in all of these spaces. You know what I'm saying? But that's what empowers me having that, that eclectic knowledge or whatever, and applicating it and having my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But realize that when you have knowledge of something, at some point in time, it's going to bring you to that understanding. It's going to bring you to that Saturn, to that Capricorn energy. And you have to ask yourself, with this knowledge, is this something I want challenges in? You want to grow your own food? At some point in time, you're going to have to get that wisdom and that understanding of how to grow your own food. That comes with challenges. Having dry sprouts. What do I do when my crops aren't growing, or when parasites come to my crops in the winter and stuff? Y'all better start canning. Y'all better learn how to can shit, jar shit, dry shit, whatever y'all need to do to preserve food for the winter time and stuff. That is some level of understanding that you're going to have. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Pluto is providing, transformations to a lot of stuff that we've already been standing under, that don't do us well, that don't serve us. You know what I'm saying? And it's happening over there in the 6th house. So whatever we've been doing on the daily routine, what we've been taught, what we're teaching, what we're listening to, what we're learning about, that's affecting our moral, integral code, our health, and our wellness, that's what's getting the transformations. That's where the pendulum is swinging in power. So a lot to do with the public school system, a lot to do with the government, a lot to do with this economic system. Whatever is affecting your daily routine, if it's not empowering you, it must go. And the empowerment is in alignment with Maya. And if you're not familiar with the laws of Maya, I will highly get familiar with them, because anything out of bounds of them, especially in your own personal realm, however those laws, resonate with you, that it gotta go. And you're gonna hear your spirit get louder and louder and louder. And one thing that I personally will never do again is go to war with myself to keep peace with somebody outside of me. That's what I'm not finna do. And I really don't suggest any of y'all do that either. You know what I'm saying? That's not where it's at. Well, Pluto's gonna create transformation. Pluto also rules over the storms. So you see a lot of storms hitting different places, infrastructure, whether it's a literal storm or it's a figurative storm for the personification of different energy exchanges, like maybe like a storm come and knock down a building that wasn't moving righteousness, or it hit somebody's house, but it was some crazy shit going on in that house or something like that. A lot of that. Pluto also rules over business and the currency, not just water currency, but we're under maritime law, all this water law shit, the banks, their currency. So a lot of shit hitting on that too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of transformation and pendulum swinging in that money realm of things. You must have got your justice behind your baby dad. The effing was calm. I didn't, you know, that man made his own bed. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way that man happy in the life that he created for himself. So I don't even get mad no, like it's nothing for me to get mad about because I just want to be righteous. That's all I want to do. Like at this point in time in my life, I just want to be righteous. Now and I want to be good. And and you could do whatever you want. You could say whatever you want about me. You can, you know, I don't care. It's not going to affect how I feel about myself and this whole experience I got going on in here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get no look back. Maybe once upon a time I would have, but I ain't even there no more. Like, I just want peace. You know, that's a big space of what I want now. I want peace and I want happiness and I want joy. That's what I deserve. I don't deserve to do the tit for tat shit. I just don't. I could have easily and got what the fuck I wanted. But I don't want to. You know? So now we get into the 7th house. We started the new moon phase in the 7th house. Pluto was actually in the 7th house when we started off. And that was in the Oba scales, the scales of Maya. So now we had Pluto over there, you know, providing transformation, death and rebirth, you know, moving the pendulum of power in interpersonal relationships, bonds and contracts. Now I remember when we started the month off, we had that the strike with the ports, you know, people working at the port. So that was a nice pendulum swing on the Oba scales with Pluto and Capricorn, because we know the ports and the imports and exports, that's a big foundation to the capitalism and consumerism. So it was a nice pendulum swing happening there. That's going to affect a lot of different things. That domino effect is not over yet. We still in that moon cycle. You know what I'm saying? Pluto is still in its cycle in Capricorn constellation. So you think that that's going to be the end of that? It's not going to be the end of that. Just like it's not going to be the end of the currency flows that we're going through right now, and with the different things with the banks. Transformation still happening there to balance out the scales. Now, when we get into the next 7th house for the next new moon on November 2nd, there are no major celestial bodies there. The 7th house starts in Capricorn. Still, you know, hey, we still need balance, justice, truth, righteousness in our infrastructure, and it's not there. Our infrastructure is not based upon nature. Our infrastructure is not based upon justice or any type of truth whatsoever. Our history is a lie. All the elements of history is a lie. The names that we call ourselves are lies. The historic names we call ourselves are lies. Everything is a lie. It's all lies. The best thing to do, I tell people, is just be fucking present. You want to be a part of a tribe so bad? Who said you couldn't make a tribe now? That's one thing about learning how to be private. You learn about the shit that you could do right now. You can create your own nation right now. Right now. You can create it. You can do it. Who gonna stop you? You have a right. You have a right to go get some. You have a right to go on some land, declare a nation, get, you know, move certain paperwork a certain kind of way to respect the fact that you own this piece of land. You can do that. If you're not going to learn nothing else about that privatization shit and all that credit shit, learn that. Learn about the things that you have the power to do right now today without getting caught up in all that history stuff and arguing with people if we black or not and what continent we came from and blah 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 blah. Because, like, let's keep it 100. If the whole world was black, how the fuck you only came from one continent? That don't even make sense. The whole world was black. Quote unquote. Y'all know I don't like that B word, because we ain't black market people. We were tribal. And if you don't know the name of the tribes you was from, and you can't pinpoint it because ain't none of it on the 23andMe, because they want you to be African so fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to be African, go ahead. But just know, calling yourself African to a period of time that say you from Africa is also false. All those countries in Africa, the names of the countries, and the word Africa, period, that's all new shit. That's not as old as you trying to go back there before you claim somebody brought you on a ship over here. Be present. Why not just be present and just create your own tribe? Why even get into all that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, What does it do? What is it doing for you? Because if you keep it 100, when you get into like the history or the her story of those ancient tribes and stuff, they wasn't living righteously neither. That's how we ended up in the situation that we're in now. We want to brag about teaching people how to wash their ass and shit. We also taught them slavery. We also taught them how to enslave. We also taught them about all this paperwork that we can't get through. You know, we didn't do anything righteous back then. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here trying to fix it today. There's nothing new under the sun. Whether it had a white face on it or a black face on it, it doesn't matter. Wrong is wrong. Like, come on now, let's stop playing. Let's be present. We can be present. We could be present. We could create our own tribes today. You can create your own nation today. It's nothing stopping you from doing it. Only thing stopping you is your mindset and what you are choosing to focus on in your vortex. You know what I'm saying? You put your focus where you want to put your focus at. Don't let nobody direct your focus. Don't let nobody invoke you to focus on the things that they want to focus on. Let them find their tribe. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Kay. That's the whole point of living in your authenticity. You live in your authenticity so you can find your tribe and your people and the energy that you need, you know, that's good for you where you're at. You don't transmute your own energy to fit into somebody else's shit. That's not you being your authenticity, and it's always going to feel forced. And every energy exchange that you absorb in your vortex is going to be harder and harder because it's not in alignment with your natural self. It's not. That's why we're all suffering now. We got one size fits all for everything. Everybody should be working. Everybody should have this kind of house. Everybody should have this kind of work ethic. Everybody should have this kind of mindset. Everybody should be learning the same shit in the same fashion, in the same style. Everybody should be wearing these kind of clothes. Everybody should be in this kind of weather. Everybody should be wanting to be from this country over here, this continent over there. No, the fuck we're not, and we don't. It's that simple. No, the fuck we're not, and we don't. Be you so you can attract what you're supposed to attract. So yeah, 7th house. So then we move into the 8th house. So we started the new moon cycle. The 8th house was also in Capricorn, again bringing transformational energy to, you know, our infrastructure. There's no major celestial bodies here. The 8th house ends in Aquarius, which is cool because not only do we create like transformation in the external side of our root chakra and the foundation and the different challenges we experience, because we have a habit in the society how it is today, you know, there's heavy marketing for the mental health, and the mental health is off because nobody's in alignment with nature and their authentic self. Everybody's wearing a mask. For whatever reason you're wearing a mask for, everybody's wearing a mask, and it's causing a dis-ease in your mental health, your spiritual health, because you have a certain level of energy awareness that you're not adhering to and you're not honoring. You're trying to serve two gods, trying to serve two masters, and your God is a jealous God. Okay? Whenever you start creating idols outside of yourself, you go to hell, don't you? You be having a whole attitude when you wake up and your body obviously don't feel like it. This is not the day for you to be moving how you moving, but your idol is something outside of yourself. Oh, I gotta pay this bill, I gotta pay that bill, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. These is my idols out here, so I gotta get my God to go do some shit my God don't want to do. So now you got an attitude all day. Now you're doing energy transference. You ever go into a restaurant or somewhere and you be like, bro, why the fuck y'all got an attitude? Y'all don't have to be here. Yeah, that's what that is. They're having a war within themselves. They in hell. They done put something before their God. You know what I'm saying? And now you got to experience it. Now you got to sit in their dank ass energy because they're not being in their authenticity because they don't know how. Everybody's trained. Everybody's trained. Sunday to Sunday, everybody's trained. And then we hurry up and train our kids. You know what I'm saying? We all being trained to go against nature. You got to bring it back. So like, as our so all that to say is like this mental health culture is hiding the fact that that's what's really happening. It's us moving against our nature, and we all in hell internally because of it. We're creating a dis-ease within ourselves, and we're forgetting that we are non-physical first. Everything starts with a thought. So we're auric beings with the physical body. You know what I'm saying? Our aura is way bigger. This physical body is like an eighth of my whole aura. You know what I'm saying? My aura is way bigger than this physical body. And so, you know, those energy exchanges, they're not doing well. And so it's causing an issue in how you think. you know, your mindset and stuff. So you got these people got y'all calling yourselves neurodivergent. Oh my God, I can't stand it. Like my kids be on the internet and they come to me, especially my youngest, and he's like, "Do I have this? Do I have that?" No, you don't have none of that. There's no indication that you have any of these issues. Don't sit up here and like again, more social media influencers telling you, oh, if you act like a normal fucking person inside of a sick society and you feel sick like the society that's training you to be this way, there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you, bro. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not in your natural element. You're not moving the way you should be moving. That's it. You're not in your authenticity. You got hell going on inside, and it's being enacted out in your personification of your energy. That's what's happening. But like, you would rather someone tell you that you have a mental illness, you know, anything to keep you trained in this Monday through Friday, because that's what the real goal is. To keep you operating this Monday through Friday. I learned that heavy when I had my accident. And I'm talking to all these doctors and I'm trying to tell them, like, bro, it's something really wrong. Like, I can't handle cold. My skin hurts. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, like, if you know how you in the shower and the water pressure feels real good, that shit hurts. It hurts. Like, I be, like, holding my breath in the shower. There's something wrong. And they're like, oh, well, you can use this cream and it'll work for 8 hours. Why 8 hours? Oh, because a work shift is 8 hours? As long as you can give me drugs that can keep me cool enough to go to work? No, nigga. Because when those drugs wear off, now I'm swollen. Now I can feel the swelling. Now I got all these, like, you know, adverse reactions to all the meds you gave me. And now I'm hooked on the meds because that's what's making the play go. Like, I'm giving y'all hypothetics because I'm not taking the fucking medications. Don't tell nobody, but I'm not taking that shit. But, like, you know, that's all y'all worried about. Y'all worried about making sure that I'm drugged up well enough to be operable at a business. And that's what a lot of these diagnoses and these remedies is based upon. Can we keep you in work? Can we keep you in school? Can we keep you in the consumption realm? And the further out you flow from the consumption and the capitalism and the working and the school and stuff, the more you're on a spectrum of something else. You get what I'm saying? Stop letting these people play in your face. Now, some of y'all need help for real, for real. This don't apply to everybody. I know some of y'all got some like crazy examples. Please don't take it that far with me. But we know, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? And we be knowing. This is a game. Y'all want to keep us on a wheel that we don't belong on, and it's some bullshit. It's straight bullshit. So yeah, that 8th house being in the root chakra like that, transformations to the things that we've been taught to label as traumas. They're not fucking traumas. Everybody goes through challenges. I just explained it to you. When you have knowledge of something, you get wisdom from it by applicating the knowledge. Knowledge without application is a waste of fucking time. You just get knowledge, you're not going to do nothing with it. You should be doing stuff with it. That's how you get the wisdom. Once you get the wisdom, you get energy exchanges. Things happen. Now you have understanding. Understanding is Saturn. That's Capricorn. That's why whenever we go through trauma, we have to go back to our root chakra. We have to go back to the things that we have been standing under. That's Capricorn. You have to go back to your understanding and be like, damn, when I was in this energy, I had this knowledge of what I thought things was going to be like. That's the Ketters. That's Aquarius. I had this knowledge of how things was going to be. I applicated that knowledge, and now I have this understanding because that girl beat my ass. Like, this person did this shit in response. Like, you know, that's an understanding. Those are challenges that we experience that give us discipline, boundaries, and orders that we had. Labeling it as trauma is a bit extreme, but Saturn can be extreme. Don't get me wrong, Saturn can be a bit extreme, but that's because Saturn is not in alignment with social indoctrination. None of these planets are. Nature, there's nothing in nature nature never says, "Ooh, we about to make a hurricane," but make sure we don't put the hurricane in New York City because you know they really give a fuck. Like, let me make sure that we skip around, like, you know, these buildings over here or do this over there. Unless you're talking about a man-made situation, then I'm saying that's not nature. And if you know, you know. I don't got to get into all of that, but you know what I mean. Nature is not moving in alignment with social indoctrination. And if you are nature, and the more you get into your nature, you'll realize you're not in alignment with social indoctrination either. We're just not. This is not for us. We're not here for this shit. Now, you could pretend, you could play along. I played along for a long time and I was pretty good at it. But once I started getting more and more in tune with nature and my nature, it got way more difficult to play the game. Oh my God, it's so hard to play the game. I can't do it. I can't do it. Sometimes I want to. I really can't fucking do it, bro. But yeah, transformation's there to the internal side of the root chakra and the external side, whether it's the actual energy exchanges and the challenges that give you the discipline, or it's like the mental, the ketters, the Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? Now when we move to the other side, when we get to November 2nd to the next new moon, now we have Saturn over there. So Saturn is in Aquarius, creating challenges in your social circles. I talked about that a little bit before. Saturn is at an 18 degree. That's 1 and 8. That's knowledge. That's the catchers in the transformation. You know what I'm saying? That brings together 9. What you're giving birth to. What are we giving birth to based upon, like we say, don't be like the donkey with a pile of books on your back. I never heard that before, but I like it. Don't be like the donkey with a pile of books on your back. That don't do no service. So challenges is happening to your social awareness, your social interactions, how you label people in your social spaces and all those things like that. Revolutionary energy is happening here too. So to my revolutionists, a lot of challenges happening here. That's what I'm saying. Y'all do where your spirit takes you. Not everybody here on the spiritual chessboard is supposed to be playing and moving in the same spaces. And we have a lot of influencers out here that'll be like, oh, if you're not doing this how I'm doing it or what I'm doing, then you're not righteous, or you're not smart, or you're not this, or you're not that. Don't fall into that. Everybody has a place. If that shit don't feel right to your spirit and your nature, flow with it. It's something else for you to do. Let other people be on their space on the chessboard, and you be in your space in the chessboard. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have somebody else's experience because they showing you all the fucking glitz and the glam, and I got a car and I got a house and I got this and I got that. You ain't got to be a part of that. You don't have to be a part of that. There's probably a different way for you to get the things that you want. It's okay. It's a whole bunch of different ways to skin a cat. It's not just one way. But yeah, challenges to that sense of awareness, transformations happen in there too. And that should also bring you back to a space of empowerment. Since we're on the day of 8, let's just keep it on that mindset of empowerment. Let those challenges empower you instead of weaken you and make you feel like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, or oh, let me turn back around, or I'm scared, or whatever. No, be empowered. Like, thank you, universe. You give so many fucks about the shit that I'm doing, that you gave me the challenges I need to strengthen myself. This planet is a gym. This is a gym. And if you got leg day on leg day and arm day on arm day, you're not going to keep picking up 20 pounds. At some point, you're going to start picking up the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. You know what I'm saying? So when the universe gives them to you, that's the universe way of saying, hey, I seen your muscles got a little bigger. You know what I'm saying? Here go a couple extra pounds. You guys say, get it together. You're like, oh, you see, I was able to pick that joint up. You thought I was able to pick up something heavier. I got it. Make a game out of it, have fun with it. Like, this is your life. This is your energy. This is your Akashic records getting healed. These are your bloodline transformations and shit. A lot of y'all have been in bloodlines that have never existed before. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in brand new bloodlines. It's some honor in that. It's some dope shit in that. Like, I'm the only person with my mom and my dad. Nobody else has my mom and my dad. I'm in a whole bloodline by myself. That means that my children are in a bloodline that nobody else is in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be like fun in that, some type of honor, empowerment and stuff, instead of looking at everything like in such layman's. We're taking the magic out of our life, taking the magic out of everyday things that we do. You know what I'm saying? Smooth different, empower yourself. Anyway, let's get out of this 8th house of empowerment. We can move on to the 9th house. That 9th house deals with our wisdom from the oracle and the sages, our generosity, our optimism, our sense of expansion, right? And so when we start off this new moon cycle, we had that 9th house. We had Saturn actually was sitting in the 9th house, giving us like the challenges at the beginning of this new moon phase was outstanding. They were big. It was like, dang, slow, chill. We had a lot going on. We had hurricanes. We had shit, it was this saying like 19 tornadoes and shit. We had fires, we had strikes, we got petitions, we got wars starting. It was a lot going on. Saturn in that ninth house, just like abundance and expansion. We got like all these what was it? The mayor of New York, all of them people, that shit expanded. Now it's more people going to jail. Like, it's just like everything just got real big. You know what I'm saying? We moved on from November to November 2nd. Now we got quite a few celestial bodies in the ninth house of expansion. We have Neptune over there, providing the expansion. Now the ninth house over here is in Pisces, whereas we started with the ninth house being in Aquarius. So a lot of that was the social interactions, how we socialize, our power to be one with all, social awareness, revolutionary energy. That was all the abundance and expansion and the challenges in those spaces. So now we've moved on to that expansion happening in Pisces energy. Pisces is the deep Olukun. Now we're in the hidden dreams, hidden agendas, hidden enemies, Akashic records, anything beneath the horizon. We're in deceit, we're in the delusions, we're in Olukun. We can also be in Mayat and the laws of Mayat and things. This puzzle piece over. We're in all those spaces and we're expanding it. Neptune is also over here. Neptune was at a 3 degree. That's the degree of understanding, coming into the challenges on the things that we believed in. A lot of, secrets being uncovered, things being expanded and opened up about, different witches, and the energies that they were putting out and stuff like that. I see somebody had posted earlier, shouts to the goddess Rich. Everybody's a witch. Everybody's a warlock. I don't give a fuck if you don't want to put the magic in your vocabulary or whatever, this, that, and the third, but everybody has the ability. You get sick, you make some tea. That's some witch shit. You get sick, you want to make some soup, more witch shit. You hungry, you want to cook something on the stove, more witch shit. Y'all got y'all words and y'all sayings for every little thing y'all do. More witch shit. Everybody's a witch. Everybody's a warlock in their own right, in their own realms. Everybody is a god too. Everybody has an aura, all these things. Get over that part. If it bothers you or triggers you to know yourself in that light, don't come around me because I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you, you're doing some warlock shit right now or some witch shit right now. And that's okay. You're allowed. Everybody has the power. Empower yourself. This is the season of empowerment, okay? Especially when we move into November, which is the month of mastery. We're at a 2/11s, right? Power yourself. Right now in this space, we're getting knowledge in our ketters. We're putting the seeds up there that we got from the energy of Moot, that month of 9 of harvest, of giving birth. We got the seeds. We're putting them up into the wind. Our thought jizz is flowing. The same way in the springtime when everybody's sneezing and coughing because there's tree jizz everywhere. You're trees. We're all rooted. If you look at your veins, arteries, and your neurons, they all look like roots. We're putting our jizz in the air and it's floating and it's going around until we get to that month of mastery. We start conceiving with it, finding balance, harmony, and justice with it. So we get to the fun shit. You know what I'm saying? But right now we're entering that space. Enjoy it, receive it. We like it here. You know what I'm saying? Neptune is going to be uncovering some of those hidden, things and delusions and illusions people have been creating, witchcraft and stuff. Our North Node is also here. So you remember the South Node. Remember we're talking about the Vedic chart. This is sidereal. We're talking about events here. So remember I told you like South Node is a lot of events, what we felt comfortable in our daily routine, our health and wellness, what we were learning about, what we've been listening to and stuff like that. But we're moving towards that Piscean energy being more. Can you get a reading? Of course you can. We're moving to that Pisces energy where we're being more in alignment with our spiritual self, our Akashic records. Y'all want to be more in tune with y'all Akashic contracts, y'all soul contracts here. That's what I'm saying. Don't let these people on the internet tell you what you should be doing with your energy. If it doesn't fit with your auric self, with your conscious, with your mindset and stuff like that, don't do it. You don't have to. There's some people here, the Akashic records got them set up as warriors. Some of these people here, they're here to be a martyr. Some people here, I like to be an educator. That's what I'm here to do. I love to educate and I love to nurture. I'm here to help people read their charts. That's what I do. I've been providing this energy to adults since I was a little ass kid. You could ask the elders in my family, my aunts and uncles and all that. They always came to me for what I do right now. You know what I'm saying? I've always been on this type time. So You know what you're supposed to be here to do. You don't have to do what these influencers are telling y'all to do. Like, yeah, they got they might have the nice things and this, that. You know what I got? I got love. I can go into any state I want to go into, and I got love. I know I'm gonna get love. I'm confident in this. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? I can go anywhere. I'm accepted everywhere. That's my gift. My gift is love and support and the personifications of God. I bring it out. Not everybody values that. Some people like, damn, nah, I'm good. I need a car. And that's cool too. That's cool too. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But you know what your soul needs and requires from you on your Akashic records. And that's what we're moving towards. We're moving less on the indoctrination and the routine and all that. And we're moving more towards the waters and being in alignment with our souls here. Being more into with our spiritual community and finding more kindred and familiar souls and all that fun stuff. That's where we're moving towards. We have Chiron also sitting here. So a lot of us healing the generational curses, healing your bloodline curses. Like I said, some of y'all are a part of bloodlines that never existed before. So all that time traveling back and you only is from Africa or you only from America. Some of y'all is from all four corners of this map as we know it. Because so many bloodlines align for you to exist. So all of that, oh, I'm only from here and I'm only from there. Again, letting these influencers generalize you. A lot of y'all physical existence breaks so many curses just by you existing. Like, it's certain ancestors you can't talk to because you gonna fuck their brain up. They're like, ew, it's some of you from that tribe over there. I don't fuck with that tribe over there. Like, it's some ancestors you can't go back to because of how you live and who you are and all the stars that align to make you. So, like, chill, be present. Chill and be present. That's the best thing I can say to y'all is just chill, be present. And then we come to our MC line, which is our line for success. And before we go on, I'm going to go ahead and give Woodley your, I'm going to go ahead and pull your cards for you, love. And usually at the end, I do, we got one more quadrant left. We just going from the MC to the AC line. No, we got two quadrants left. MC to AC and then AC to IC because we started on the fourth house. But we don't have too many celestial bodies here. We did most of our celestial bodies. So the theme for your reading is trust. That's a nice alignment. But you have the moon and Neptune here. So following on your intuition, your Akashic records, your soul tribe and stuff like that, bring you to a space of trust. And the number 8, which is transformation, empowerment, heavy here. Okay. We're going to expand on it. You ready? Hey, honey. Hey, Zena. Hey, Sosa. What's up with you? Lewis. Okay, 9 of Cups. Moving in that space of completion. I like how confident my man's is looking on the 9s of the cups, being in charge of it. You know what I'm saying? You see the celestial supports in the background. So we're confident, we're courageous. We're following the energy of the oracle and the sages. 9 is that energy of completion and wholeness. So that sense of completion and wholeness in your spiritual realm, trust that what you're doing right now is righteous in your Akashic records. You are on your path. No doubt about it, you are on your path. The Fool card, but you got it in reverse. So the Fool card in reverse is like, new beginnings, like trusting the new things that's coming to you, walking into spaces like, like the innocent child, you know what I'm saying? What is it? I'm not good with Bible verses. But being like a child in the kingdom, it requires more trust, because like kids be mad trustworthy, right? They walk up to strangers like, hey, I'll hold your hand. Let's eat candy together. We got to teach our children to distrust or whatever for their safety. But it's just like calling on you to have more of that trust into that spiritual realm and the energies that you're coming across. And also trusting your own energy, you know what I'm saying? This own kingdom that you're creating for yourself, learning how to move through it like a child, with that eye of wonder and curiosity and a sense of innocence. You know what I'm saying? You're throwing cards at me. despondence, excuse me. And this is coming from the third eye chakra. So it is some energy that's, they hating or whatever. But, look at all that she got going on. You know what I'm saying? She giving birth. She got the earthly energy. It's a lot that she going on. So it's only righteous that somebody sit on the side with a hating ass energy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a part of it. That's a part of it. And that's a nice alignment with the, Pisces energy I was talking about with the hidden dreams and the agendas or whatever. And so like some hidden enemies is going to come out to you as well. But I'm sure you'll sense those and trust your intuition when you come across that energy. And then have a sense of awareness of like, oh, well, this is who I am. Of course, energy like you was going to exist. That's a part of it. With the knowledge comes the wisdom and then the understanding. The understanding is part of it. We have the star card for you. This is the Sephiroth to focus on. So we have, third eye chakra. Now we have the Sephiroth. So you're going to focus on your seventh, which is Netzach. That's Venus energy, the celestial designers. And then you have Yesod, which is the moon. So that's bringing you to Venus, the seven, and Yesod, the moon. Once again, you got the moon. But this is the star card. Again, coming back to that sense of trust, the spiritual realm, while you do like the physical things that you do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, aligning that heart chakra, that Venusian chakra with what you want to give birth to. Pay attention to your feelings, how you feel in this space. And this is my last card for you. This is the divination card I got for you. Contentment. I like that. 2 and 7. Balance on the walking in the power of your truth, which brings you to the 7. That's the number of God. That's the number of balance. But you got contentment. I like that. So that's your spread for you, Woodley. I hope it was nice. I like it. It felt good. I felt good. It's just a reminder, like trust. You got it. You already on top of your handle. You're already doing your thing. Your favorite number is 27. That's cool. My son's birthday is 7/25. And my youngest, his due date was 5/27. But he ended up coming 5/20. But I thought that was cool. That would have had my 5/27, the power and God and balance. But yeah. And honestly, that's what both of my sons bring to me effortlessly. Excuse me. So now we at the 10. We at the line of success and aspirations and achievements, working on our business. We started off the moon cycle. You're welcome, love. My honor. We started off the moon cycle with Neptune sitting pretty close to the MC line. So really tapping into your Akashic records, tapping into your spirituality, your third eye, being more in tune with that Olukun energy. That's where the success is at. So, for some of you guys, like I know the storms was coming out to y'all and y'all choosing the spiritual route and doing the spiritual practices around your home, around your neighborhood and stuff like that. That was the way to go through all these storms that we've been going throughout the different like transformations and the revelations of things and, all that stuff. Just stay in the spiritual realm of it, the mindset of it. That's going to bring you success. That's how you everything starts with the thought. The gut controls the mind. Everything starts with the thought. So what you think it or you believe it or you feel it in the auric, it comes into the physical. Remember where the vortex is, okay? And so having that mindset, you don't have to be so far off into the spiritual realm that you forget about the physical. They're supposed to go hand in hand. That's why we have the South Node sitting in Virgo. So it's still giving us that grounding. We're still supposed to be in the physical in some type of level. But, being in tune with the spiritual side of things will definitely help you on your pathway to success. And it's at a 4 degree. So it's at that space of, foundation, being sturdy in it, stable in it. The North Node was also sitting here in the 10th house of Pisces. The North Node was at a 12 degree, so that's knowledge and wisdom to bring you understanding. So y'all having a level of understanding of the, of the spiritual realm, of your Akashic records, realizing that knowledge and the application of the knowledge is going to bring you to understanding. It's going to be energy that's going to challenge, your knowledge and wisdom of your Akashic records, of, everything beneath the horizon, your spiritual self, all those fun things. Thank you for the follow. And then Chiron is also sitting here. Now, Chiron is an asteroid that rolls over, your weaknesses or your wounds and how you transmute those wounds into a strength. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that is spiritual. A a lot of us, like historically speaking, up until today, a lot of our tribes, a lot of our ancestors, even just people that we witnessed throughout our life, like when they go to exercise their spirituality and their spiritual practices, there's a lot of pushback. It's a lot of wounds that have been created there and things like that. I know throughout my life, it's always like, oh, this is weird, that is weird, you are weird. And it's like, okay, my name is Unica. I was named weird. Like, this is a part of it's all a part of the process. It's cool. I'm here for the weird shit. But that does, at some point, you keep hearing that over and over again, it does create a wound. So this is me being vulnerable with y'all, me transmuting that wound to a strength. Like, no, this is, I'll create my throne on weird, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? But that's where my success has been at. That's what's brought me my throne. Well, my definition in my mind of what success is for me. Now the 10th house moves all the way into Aries. So not only are we coming into the Olukun and the deep waters and all that, but we also move into the space of new beginnings and being motivated and moving in action and being that initiator energy of action. Also brings you to a sense of success. Now, when we go into the next new moon, you're welcome, Adonis. When we go into the next new moon, that's going to start, the 10th house is going to start in Aries. So we're starting in that space of Ogun, the new beginnings, the gut that controls the mind. You know what I'm saying? We're going into that space of ambition and motivation. There's no celestial bodies in Aries, but we do have Uranus over there in Taurus. And the 10th house goes on until we enter Taurus. So, achievements is happening in that space of self-value, priorities, forgiveness, the different facets of love, the progressive pushes we have there. Uranus is at a 1 degree in Taurus in the 10th house. So we have those progressive pushes happening in our heart chakra. Again, it's going to be harder and harder to ignore how you feel about things. Progressive pushes to get you to prioritize different things. Forgiveness for self and forgiveness for others, pushing you towards like accepting different facets of love and not just like the love that's constantly being pushed on to us. Like, we only hear about romantic love, and when people don't have the romantic love in their life, all of a sudden no love exists. And that's weird, because you have community love. I have so much community love that as much as I want romantic love, it ain't that big a deal. It's really not that big a deal. My community love is expansive and it keeps expanding, and I love it here. You got friendship love, you got a familial love, yeah, you got brother love, sister love, you got universal love. All of these loves should be unconditional. And there's a sense of forgiveness and value that has to come into that. But you have to value yourself first to tell yourself that I deserve these kind of loves. I deserve these levels of forgiveness. I deserve to be prioritized. You got to feel these things, feel that you deserve these things. So Uranus is pushing those things into our heart chakra, and that'll also bring you to a sense of, success. Also, Taurus rules over space of business. Let's not forget the business and wealth side of things. You know what I'm saying? So progressive pushes happening in your business realm, calling you to do things a little different. A lot of you guys that are business owners, you may be revamping some things, revamping how you do some things, how you communicate some things, maybe the name of your business, the logo, where you do your business at, the paperwork your business is on. I find myself moving away from the LLC realm, and I want to move more into nonprofit and ministry. Like, the LLC thing, it's just not, I don't like it here. You know what I'm saying? So I find myself moving further and further away from that. How much is a love reading? Now, if you want a personal reading outside of what I'm doing right now today, my readings, they are like a nice little PowerPoint that you can keep and download. It's yours forever, and it has a voice note attached to it with me reading it. And for a reading like that, I would read your name and gematria. I would read your life path number, and then I would give you a photo of your card spread, and that's $22 to receive that. If you're interested in receiving those kind of readings, you guys can inbox me on TikTok or Instagram. It's all Sunshine Monie L, regardless of what platform you head on to. But yeah, those are the spread readings that I do. Or if you want that kind of reading, I can do that for you. Let me know. But this reading I'm doing here, this is all, Hump Day readings are free. Donations are always accepted because I do provide energy up here. I do provide time and space here with you guys, but these readings are virtually free. But yeah, that's Uranus over there in Taurus, progressive pushes in your space of business. And it's okay. Like, the thing that we learned about the 9 mathematics, right, was whatever we put into the 9, whatever we put into Moot or Yasad, we got back differently. So like, say I put 16, 1 and 6 went up there, they made 7. I put the 7 into the 9, that brought me back to 16. You know what I'm saying? That was a bad example. How about, let's try another one. Okay, 2 and 6, right? We're in the day of wisdom and equality, right? 2 and 6. 2 and 6 come together and make 8. I put that into the energy of Mute. I put that into the 9. So 8 plus 9 come back and that makes 17, right? That's 1 and 7. Now 1 and 7 still equals 8. Just like the 2 and 6 equals 8. But I put something into the cosmos and it brought me back a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you're gonna still get to the 8, but you're gonna get there through the 1 and 7 instead of the 2 and 6 you gave me. You know what I'm saying? That way there's no, you've already had experiences with the 2 and 6. Now it's time to get the 1 and 7, and you're still going to get 8. And so that's what we kind of experience here in the month of 10 too. Like when we put the 1 and 7, we put the 8 into the cosmos, we get the 9, we put the 9 into the 8, we come back to the 1 and 7. So we have to go through a couple things to get exactly what we put in back, but it's still an adventure to get it back. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta like trust the universe that like, okay, it's not exactly how I wanted to do it or how I've been doing it, but if I revamp it, I'm still going to get it done. You know what I'm saying? It's still going to give me ultimately like that core of what it is that I said I wanted. This is just like the universe is in different rooms that you're not in, because like you're still moving like a human, you're still moving in the physical, and so there's certain rooms that you can't be in at the same time as your aura is, or how the universe overall energy is. So they see different things that you don't see. Like, okay, you want to grow your own food, you might not be able to grow your own food in this way, but I'm gonna put you in a different position over here with these people because they need somebody that's eager to grow food. So I'm gonna put you over here with these people. Now you still get to grow your own food. It's just not exactly how you envision, but you're still doing what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? So we move in gratitude for those different kind of experiences and abilities to do that, because it's still bringing us to that what we said we wanted. We still got to the 8. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, that's Uranus over there in Taurus. Allow it to expand you. Allow it to give you the progressive pushes you need. Don't be embarrassed. This world will have you being fixed. And we talked about this last Wednesday. Y'all are not rocks. You're not rocks. You're water. Even if you want to get into, even if you want to be sucked into your personification of self and you don't care about your aura. Okay, bull. All right. But your body is mostly water. That's why you got to be careful how you talk to yourself, how you speaking to yourself. You know about the water experiment where they like, talked into the water, spoke love, and these kind of bonds was created versus them talking hate into themselves, and then those kind of bonds was created. You know what I'm saying? You know about the experiment. That's your body. You mostly water. That means you're always flowing and you're always growing. You can stay on your natal chart forever. That's your business. You mentally want to stay on your natal chart, cool. But you have a progressive chart. Your planets have grown and moved and expanded. Their aspects have expanded with the transit chart. The stars and things are always moving, down to the fact that the angle that the Earth is on is moving. We don't even see Saturn to the same angle we are anymore, to the point where like for a few years the rings of Saturn are going to be gone from our vision. We get different comets and meteors and all that shit. Like everything is always moving. So to think that you have to be stuck on, oh, I've been working at this thing for 10 years and la 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 la, and I can't retire, so I got to stay on this for 30, 40 more years. You're not a rock. The society has you moving against your own nature of flow, of change. It's not embarrassing to flow and change. It's not embarrassing to go back to the drawing board and erase some things, because it's just not going to come out that way. I know on this, especially on this platform, you feel like, oh, well, if I say it to all these people and then I don't do it, fuck them. If they can't recognize the fact that you're flowing and you're growing and you're moving and things just not adding up to how whatever, fuck them. May they be the rock that they try to get you to be. The hell? We're not rocks. You're not here to just be still. Unless you want to be a rock, that's your business. But that don't sound like a good experience. We're here to move around. We've been blessed with the ability to flow. We're not rooted into the ground. Otherwise, the universe would have brought you back as a tree. The universe would have brought you back as a rock at the bottom of the ocean if you wasn't supposed to be flowing and growing and learning and experiencing and moving around. You wouldn't be here in your body with your consciousness, with your growing self. We give thanks and we take advantage. Now let's move on to the 11th house. The 11th house starts in Aries energy. So 11th house is our social awareness. That is the Aquarius house, our revolutionary energy, the power to be one with all. Now we get into being rooted up into the Ketters. You know what I'm saying? We don't have any celestial bodies in Aries, but we do have that sense of the 11th house being in Aries. So new beginnings to your social awareness, your power to be one with all, all that stuff like that. We have Uranus over there in the 11th house, progressive pushes in the heart chakra. So we first started with Uranus sitting in the space of progressive pushes to how you socialize and who you socialize with, your revolutionary energy, your power to be one with all. That's where Uranus first was at. Then we ended with Uranus over there giving you success in the 10th house, right? So now moving to November 2nd, the 11th house starts in Taurus energy. So we have that Aquarius energy over there in Taurus in our heart chakra, being revolutionary in how you feel, how you value, the esteem of things, wealth, all that fun stuff. And then we have Jupiter over there giving us expansion in our heart chakra, optimism, joy, generosity. You know what I'm saying? So you might feel way more lighthearted on November 2nd about different things. Again, do your job of empowering yourself. Daily acts of self-empowerment are key. Don't be out here biting your tongue, lowering your head, walking on your knees, fucking walking around like this, like, I guess I won't say nothing. I'll keep my shoulders up and my back over. Like, we're not doing that. It's empowerment time. Get yourself prepared for Scorpio season, because Scorpio season is all about the solar plexus chakra. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that transformation and power. Even if it's reminding yourself how to sit up in conversation, eye contact. Even if it's the moment, like, let me practice the motherfucking handshake, something. Daily acts of empowerment is key. Prepare yourself, align yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let Jupiter give you that expansion and that joy in your heart chakra, how you feel. Align your sacral chakra with your heart chakra. You know what I'm saying? Be generous with that self-love. Be generous in how you love other people. Don't be embarrassed to express how you feel. Be mindful of the dramatics and the overindulgence, especially for my sad emo babies out there. But you're allowed to feel good. You know what I'm saying? You're allowed to be joyful. Tap into your creative self. This energy also brings you to the cuffing season vibe. It's okay to feel that too. I like to hibernate around this time of year. I just want to lay down. The 11th house ends in Gemini. So we have like that communication, being versatile and flexible and adaptable. Again, some people, you got to check up the deuces because they want to be rocks and you ain't no rock. Some people want to project that rock energy on you, and that's just not where you at. And it's okay if you got to outgrow certain things. Stay in that sense of optimism that Jupiter wants you to be in if you have to make those moves. And then we move on to the 12th house. Now the 12th house starts off in Taurus energy when we started this new moon cycle, right? The 12th house is that Pisces house, that Akashic, records, hidden dreams and agendas and the old coon deep waters. Now we in the space of my yacht, all that fun stuff. 12th house started in the heart chakra. So your emotions is in alignment with your spiritual self. Your emotions is in alignment with your spirit guides and your teachers and your masters and loved ones and all that fun stuff like that. So listen to your heart, listen to your space. Your wealth is also being like a physical representation of how aligned you are in your spiritual realm. We have Jupiter over there. So if you're not feeling joy in your energy exchanges and your business exchanges and your emotional exchanges, then it's going to reflect. You know what I'm saying? A lot of happenings here. If you're not moving righteous in these business exchanges and stuff like that, you overindulging and stuff. Some of those events is getting their money back, taking it back. You see them over there. Make sure all LLCs fill out certain paperwork. They ain't playing. They finna get that money back. Some of these people out here about to go to jail. Not funny, but like, you know what I mean? A lot of the, repercussions of certain things is coming back, especially if you're not moving righteously. 12th house deals with my eyes. That's the realm of righteous. You can't steal, even if it's from motherfuckers you feel like you deserve to steal from. You know what I'm saying? You are only in control of yourself. You're not in control of unrighteous people. You're in control of yourself and your own righteousness. So you using other people's energy as an excuse to why you should behave unrighteously. That's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. You're not here to get lick backs and kickbacks and all that shit like that. I'm not saying like curl up and let people take turns kicking you. Yeah, stand up for yourself. But standing up for yourself and retaliating is two different monsters. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay righteous. Stay there. Keep your heart light as a feather always. And feel joy in doing so. Feel joy in doing so. And let spirit take the rest. Let me tell you, I don't gotta do shit. Just like, the goddess was saying earlier, like, I know you got your shit. I didn't get shit back. You want to know why? Because when I look at that man, I can see how unhappy he is. He don't have nothing. He don't really have nothing that he want. And I've been so good to him that, like, even though he did all that shit, he still feels comfortable confiding in me about his personal shit. When we still have drop-offs and pickups and stuff, and I still give him space to talk to me. Talk to me. This is what I do. I'm good at this shit. My love is unconditional. My attention may be conditional. I might not be paying you no mind for a while, but my love is unconditional. And for that reason, he still feels comfortable coming to me and venting to me and telling me all the shit he got going on and how stressed out he is and all the stuff he got to carry on his back. That man is not happy. And for 2.5 seconds, he thought he was going to bring that shit to me. And I'm not the same person I used to be. So it didn't get the reaction he thought it was going to get. And so now be quiet, calm down, and realize that you're not dealing with the same person you used to deal with. I'm not on that type time. I don't need to get a lick back. I see you. I feel bad for you because that sucks. But that's the bed that you made. That's what you want to lay in. And now you see what it feel like to lay in it. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to get your lick back on people. The universe got it. A lot of these people that be doing this nut shit, they're miserable any fucking way. What you need to get a lick back for? You get to transmute that energy and go do some other shit. That person got to sit in that shit. That's their reality. That don't got to be your reality. As a choice. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful of the choices that you make and the kind of heaven and hell you want to sit in. I'm very conscientious of that. Also, my conscience won't let me do a lot of shit. My transit chart is still very heavy in Libra energy. My sun is still in Libra. Like natally, I was born a Virgo, but right now, Vedically speaking, I'm in Libra. I'm at a 29 degree though. I'm a few days away from finally entering Scorpio. But yeah, so yeah, you ain't gotta do nothing to nobody. It's like the same thing. Like I don't know if for those of you guys that are on like the nationality path or whatever. I started following behind Brandon Joe Williams, and a couple things that he said that stood out to me was like, I'm not saying like be a cop lover or none of that shit like that, but these are people, you know what I'm saying? They're just doing what they're told, they're doing their job, whatever. If you could sit in the room with them and teach them something about law, because all they know is policies and procedures, like you're doing the justice. Now you got, now they're teaching each other in the force or in the fraternity, regardless of how you feel about what they enforce, because you already know how I feel. Fuck y'all. I'm not bragging over family members being police officers and shit. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't impress me, but it doesn't make me want to get my lick back and start burning down y'all houses and shit. Like, it's not that deep. Like, I don't need to go into these spaces and start disrespecting y'all and calling y'all all kinds of names and shit. Just because, I'm a national. I got this, I got that, so I can talk to y'all any kind of way. No, I don't feel the need to do that. Don't feel the need to do that or be that kind of person. That's not what we're learning certain things to become dickheads. And that's what you're learning it for. Your heart is not being as light as a feather. And there's no room for God in a callous heart. And you're going to learn that the hard way if you got to. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to learn it the hard way, though. It's not necessary. It's up to you. I'd rather not learn it. I want to keep my heart soft and light. And it confuses the enemy. It does. I got people that want to stay mad at me so fucking bad, but I'm so nice. It's hard. It's hard for you to stay mad at me. Like, because what reason do you really have to be nasty towards me? You don't have no reason. You're just being weird. And then other people be like, bro, why are you being like that to her? That don't even make sense. Yeah. It doesn't. I don't do shit to nobody. I don't do shit to nobody. Just confuse the enemy being nice, bro. That's the best look back I could ever get, is just to be nice to the enemy and then watch them fucking shuffle and stutter and they don't know what to do, because being evil is easy. Being righteous and being good, that's fucking hard, bro. Especially when somebody trying to kick you while you already down and you need help getting up. Anywho, let's get to this ascending line. Oh, no, we're still in the 12th house. So we did the 12th house in Jupiter, but when we go to the 12th house starting November 2nd, we got Mars over there. So we start the 12th house in Gemini. So we do have the Akashic Records energy and the Maya energy happening in our community. We started in our community. Our communication, our ability to adapt and be versatile. So some of y'all are gonna have to like move. Hopefully after this hump day reading, y'all like, let me go get into the laws of Maya. Let me get into this energy that she was chatting about. And then make sure I make some transitions and transactions and transmutations happen in y'all space. Okay, cool. That's going to affect how y'all communicate. That's going to affect y'all adaptability, y'all flexibility, helping y'all with that Gemini energy. Your community may also change. It might be some energy around you that, dang, I was kind of hoping she stay an asshole. Dang, that's crazy. I got to go away now. Whether that was somebody that was a hidden enemy or somebody that was a friend that just was eating off of you being a nasty person. You know what I'm saying? It changes that shit. You know what I'm saying? When I started making moves in my life a certain kind of way, I lost a lot of friends. I think I got like four or five people I actually call a friend. And then this recent past summer, I had to do more transformations. It was a couple of people I thought was my friend. They wasn't my friend. I had to let go a couple more fucking people, or I had to reclassify some people. Some people was just like, okay, you're not my friend. You are an associate. You are a business accomplice. Like I had to rechange the label. It is what it is. That's the beauty of having that air energy, is being flexible and adaptable. And that's why we have not just cardinal and fixed, but we also have mutable energy in us so that we can adapt and we can, revamp. And don't be embarrassed about that, because we're not fucking rocks. If you a rock and you over here letting anybody and anything bend you up, then be embarrassed. But even trees bend to the wind, and the bending helps them not break. Message. I see you, Adonis. I got you, love. So we got Mars over there in the 12th house, giving us the gut that controls the mind. It's actually sitting in Cancer in the 12th house. So being tapped into your third eye, and the answers that the third eye gives you, get your motivation, your ambition, and your triggers. And it's happening at a 5 degree. So walking in the power of your truth is key here. You know what I'm saying? Being motivated to do that, is in alignment with your Akashic records, and also like, projecting that in your experience, in your third eye, your energy exchanges, your spiritual exchanges. Be mindful of that anger side of like, being so uncontrolled of yourself that you try to control other people, places, things, and situations around you. Like if you feel the need to control a bunch of shit around you, it's probably because you need to control something inside of you and you're not doing it. So come back within, when you're in that space. Vortex is also not vortex, the fortune. The fortune is also here in the 12th house. So you being in alignment with your Mars energy, y'all check where y'all Mars placements are at and align it with the Mars being in Cancer. I'll give you an example. My Mars is in Gemini. So my Mars is actually in conjunction to this Mars in Cancer, so they could support each other. That being water, my Mars being air, it'll slow me down and weigh me down a little bit, because water weighs more than air. So it'll bring a sense of grounded to my Mars and Gemini. I should be flowing still, but I should be a little bit more still in my movements in Gemini. You know what I'm saying? Because Mars and Gemini have me everywhere. Y'all be like, yo, she do mad shit. She make music. She act. She da-da-da. She da-da-da. How does she do it all? Because my Mars is in Gemini. I be every fucking where. So, having the Mars and Cancer and like aligning like even the degrees. I don't know my degrees offhand, but aligning that with the 5 degree, walking in the power of my truth in the intuitive space of Mars, that's definitely like a nice opener to like, what your ambitions and movements should be in that 12th house of Mars. And again, the fortune is here. The fortune at an 8 degree. Again, this is the season of empowerment. Daily acts of self-empowerment are definitely like productive keys in this season. All right. Heavy, heavy, heavy. You said my Mars is in Cancer at a 13 degree. Okay, so you got it at a karmic number of, that knowledge, standing under your own knowledge and not the knowledge that's being brought to you. But also be mindful of you getting angry when other people don't stand under your knowledge of your third eye, because that's for you. You know what I'm saying? Now you can attract your tribe with it, but that's not for you to try to control in other people. and that's cool because y'all really conjunct. You're just what is that? Like 8 degrees away from the transit. Well, according to November 2nd, you'll be 8 degrees away, so you'll be a powerful degree away. Excuse me. So I got one more quadrant left. We're gonna go from the AC line to the IC, and then again I'm gonna read cards for all 4 elements. I'm gonna do Adonis real quick before I start the last quarter, y'all. But you keep trying to throw cards at me. Passion flower, surrender. We got Neptune and the moon together. Neptune is all about the Akashic records, your hidden agendas and stuff like that. The moon is your intuition, intuitive space. Surrender, passion flower. I like passion flower. I actually like when I am in smoking mode, I do mix passion flower with my Damiana and my rose petals and all that. Your sun and Mercury are both at 14 degrees Cancer, so you've been really feeling it. Oh, okay. You got a nice lineup here. What you speak, you experience. Just be mindful of that anger. 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Be mindful moving from a wounded space. And then also letting you know that you're coming into the full completion of like the wounds, the strife, the hardship is coming into a space of completion with that. Just be mindful of how you wear those wounds, how you walk around with those swords or whatever. It's supposed to bring you to a space of intellect, Ketters in your space, knowledge in your cipher. Chiron can be a big one there. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to transmute that energy. The Lover's card. Ew. In your interpersonal relationships, how you're applicating these swords in your interpersonal relationships, your nurturing self, how you nurture yourself. But I feel this more so in another person. There's another person in this space. Surrender to the spiritual connection. It might be awakening of the wounds. Yeah, heart chakra grief. It might be an awakening of the moon, the wounds, getting into this type of bond. However, it's a good awakening. The Lovers is your birth card. Ooh, that's cool too. You want to focus. Oh, you got a star card too. So you're focusing on your Natal, which is the 7th Sephiroth. That's the Venus, and your Yesod, which is your moon. A lot of energy going back to the moon for you. Your intuitive energy, your experience on things. So this connection is in alignment with your grief and your wounds. So really dealing with your wounds and surrendering to the a lot of those things happen because they were supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a part of your records. That was the lesson you're supposed to have. Those are the energies you're supposed to have. That's supposed to be a part of your testimony. Learning how to heal with that instead of grieving with it and walking in that anger. You know what I'm saying? Being upset about it, or this happened to me, or that happened to me, and I'm holding a grudge against this person. And, when you feel like you need to heal with somebody outside of yourself, that is coming into that space of control. I need to heal with you. We need to have this conversation. You need to get some understanding of what I went through. Like, we don't want to move in that space because that's still moving from wounded, and that's like projecting your wounds on other people. Then you start to surrender this passion flower, surrender to that moon and that Neptune. You realize, oh, I went through this neglect, or I went through this strife, or I went through these like emotional wounds, these relationship wounds, with these people, because that's what I was supposed to go through in some type of realm. Like, especially if you're into your past lives and your Draconic chart and all that stuff like that. Like, if you look back and you use the same Kofa mindset, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense that I went through that and stuff. You got to experience things a little bit different. That'll suit you better. Then you walking around with the grief, of it all. Just surrender to, what spirit wanted you to experience. Because like I was saying earlier, the nature does not care about social indoctrination. I don't care if that was your mom. I don't care if that was your sister. I don't care if that was your best friend. I don't care if that was your husband or your wife. This is what you had to experience. This is, the different moldings and stuff that had to happen to your energy. That's just what had to happen. Oh, I got you the card of contentment as well. Be happy in the end of it. 2 and 5, wisdom and walking in the power of your truth. That's bringing you closer to God. Woo. Being grateful for your journey, all the parts of it, because we be taught, oh, you're only supposed to hug these parts of it because only these parts are good. No, they're all good. All of it is good. All of it was supposed to happen exactly how it's supposed to happen, so you could be here exactly how you are now. Because if it wouldn't happen that way, you wouldn't be who you are now in this very moment. And if you don't like who you are now in this very moment, then you need some healing, and that's internal. That's not nobody else's responsibility. It's not the person that you swear up and down hurt you, the person you claiming you a victim to, or it ain't nobody else's responsibility. It's your responsibility to heal yourself and have those conversations within yourself and your auric energy, because you're the one living in that reality. You have to take charge. Don't worry. The universe is holding it. Whoever did whatever and attributed or contributed to whatever you went through, they're in their own journey. And you have to trust that. Like, your aura was on some bullshit at one period of time. But your aura also, like, if this is what my aura is attracting me, I can only imagine what that shitty ass aura is attracting you, baby. And you ain't going to tell everybody everything you got going on. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing y'all got to learn. Everybody not going to tell everybody everything they got going on. They're just not. So you just take a breath, mind your business, and be on your ones and twos. All right, so we're going to get through this last quarter, and then I'm going to start getting into my elemental readings, and I'm going to let y'all go. So we start the ascending line. This is the energy that you give off, that you project. That ascending line starts off in Gemini. So we started off this moon cycle about being like, how are you projecting yourself in your community, right? Tired of raising adults. That's not your responsibility. You're not here to raise anybody but yourself, for real. Like, I got children. I'm here to guide them. I give them guidance. I give them keys. I can give them knowledge. But they're in charge. Like, I don't know if y'all ever noticed, no matter what you tell a child, they're still going to do what they want to do based upon who they are. If they ain't going to listen to you, they ain't going to listen to you. You just going to keep popping and punishing and yelling and lecturing and all that stuff till you blue in the face. So after a while, you're like, fuck it. I'm going to send you over here. Because you're trying to control somebody outside of yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's not your responsibility. You could be present. You could be in your authenticity in somebody's space and pray to God they catch on and follow suit. But other people's energy is not your responsibility. I tell my son is 18 now. I gave you everything I could possibly give you. And despite what I taught him or how I am, y'all know I'm a Virgo. I don't play that messy shit and all that shit like that. I'm a Virgo still at that. Like, he still is who he is. He junkie. He has a different work ethic than I do. A different work ethic than I taught him to have. You know what I'm saying? But, like, he's functional. He has a good heart. You know? He gets his shit done. It's not on my time. It's not how I would do it. It's how he is, and that's who he's always been. If I keep it 100, like, bro, he's always been that way ever since he was a baby. He came here with that personality. Same thing with my youngest. He is who he is, and that's who he's going to be. It makes me nervous about him in certain environments. I wouldn't, like, if his dad was like, we got to put him in public school, it definitely wouldn't be up there. It would be down here with me, because he's not going to be absorbing that energy up there with them little danky ass kids. No. Because I know how my child is. I see his energy. Despite the popping and the punishment and the lecturing and shit like that, he's going to be who he is. You know what I'm saying? Energy awareness is key. You just got to be aware of people's energy, be in your authenticity, and me being in my authenticity and having these conversations and doing these things with you ain't enough, then it's not enough. That's it. I got some people that I watch raise kids, and after a while they just wash their hands. Yeah, nigga, because you was trying to control somebody this entire time. You can't control nobody. You can't control them kids. I don't know who the fuck taught y'all that. I know who taught y'all that. But you can't control these kids. They're not here to be controlled. You guide them, you give them information, and then they do what they need to do with it. It's the same shit for adults, especially with adults. You know? They let what control them what they want to control them. All these people out here, they just want money to control them. Even the people that pretend like they free. They just want money to control them. Money in the government, whatever else put fear in their heart or joy in their heart, which is usually around money and government. Like that's the average human. It's money and government, money and government, money and government. That's the average human. You can't get them out of that shit. That's their indoctrination. It's not for you to raise, not for you to control. It's not going to change, regardless of what you tell them. I see it with my parents. It don't matter what the fuck I tell you, what I show you. I even giving you books with the laws in it, bro. I'm showing you. This some bullshit. And no matter what the fuck I say, you're not going to do nothing different. And if I keep sitting in that energy, it's just going to bring me down out of my authenticity and the life I'm supposed to live. You know what I'm saying? You got to come to terms with that. Just take a breath and do what you got to do. Maybe you moving out of your comfort zone in your authenticity might influence even more things. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But it got to be you on you. Not I'm doing this to make sure other people watching me and other people going to do it too. No, it got to be you on you. All right, so let's get back to this ascendant line, which is a you on you, how you exerting yourself. So we start the new moon energy with Mars sitting here, right? That's your ambition. That's your motivation. What gets you going? What gets you triggered and stuff is in that Gemini energy, in that first house of exertion. How are you influencing your community? Now, Gemini community is a little different because it relates to like your siblings, your cousins, people you grew up with, classmates, the Tri-City area, your neighborhood, stuff like that. That's the community of Gemini, right? So you being like ambitious and motivated towards like that realm, new beginnings happening there and stuff like that. That's the energy. You're going to influence that community. It's at a 2 and 1, so it's that wisdom and knowledge, which ultimately brings understanding. So yeah, you're going to get pushed back. There's going to be some Saturn challenges and stuff like that you get from people in your community and stuff like that. But that's a part of the process and the progress of like you really following your gut. The vortex, we also started the energy here at 2 and 8, which is wisdom and building and destroying transformation. That brings us back to knowledge and our cipher, overall day of knowledge on our space of I said vortex, I didn't mean to. Fortune. Our fortune is here by sitting in our ascending energy in our community, being your authenticity in community. Acts of empowerment, because Ogun, Aries, is also Hera Kahuti. That's the celestial enforcers. They're enforcing your internal law. Being in your authenticity is influence enough. That's all you have to do is be your authentic self. I make shit move when I'm in my authentic self. Just by me wearing my sunshine necklace that I made for myself makes people approach me different. My hair, people approach me different. When I walk past people in my neighborhood and they be like, yo, what's up? I'd be like, peace, God. Changes the whole fucking energy. And that's just me and my authenticity. I'm not telling them, hey, yo, don't talk to me like that. Call me peace, goddess. I'm not controlling nothing you said. All I did was control myself, my authenticity. And I changed your whole fucking vibe just now. You know what I'm saying? Being your authentic self. That's where the energy is. And that's what we're trying to give off. So in the first house on the ascendant line going up to November 2nd, we don't have any celestial bodies there, but the ascendant line does start in Cancer this time around. So like that energy that you exert is going to be more so on your third eye level. The ascendant line is at a 1 and 5, so that's knowledge and walking in the power of your truth, a sense of equality. So applicating the third eye, your experience, your intuitive energy to your daily routine, putting that in your auric field, heavy. We love it there. The first house ends off in Leo energy. Then we get into the second house. We start off the new moon cycle with our second house starting in Cancer. So we have the second house deals with your priorities, your business. This is the Taurus house, self-value, self-esteem, all that fun stuff. That was in our intuitive energy. There is no major celestial bodies there. The second house also ends in Leo. Second house starts in Leo by the time we get to November. So that's that creative energy, the confidence and the courageousness with our house of love and business. Okay. So being more creative in that space is key. So we start with the intuition. So y'all already been getting the downloads of what to do in y'all space of love and business, what it is that y'all want in love. Some of y'all already got y'all eye on somebody that y'all want. If you got your eye on somebody that you want, don't be over here trying to entertain this and this and this and this and this. Entertain the one that you want. Now, if it don't work out that way, then it don't fucking work out that way. But focus. You only have 1/3 eye. You don't got. If you get into it, we do have lots of eyes. I hear somebody, well, we got a lot of eyes. I always hear y'all rebuttals before y'all even say it, whether y'all saying it in this moment or somebody's watching later. I hear you. Y'all know what I mean. Stop it. But you got one third eye. Focus. But yeah, same thing with business. If you have an idea of how you want your business to flow and what you want your business to be like, don't be entertaining plan B, C, D, and E. You're not trusting. You don't trust yourself. You're not trusting what your third eye is telling you. You're not trusting your spirit. You're not trusting the universe. There's no trust here. And if you don't have trust with plan A, what the fuck make you think you're going to have trust with plan B, C, and D? You're not. You're just playing. So that's the second house. Now we're going into the third house. Now the third house, we started off the moon, the new moon cycle with the third house. Is the Gemini house of flexibility, adaptability, the community and communication. It starts off in Leo, being in that confidence and courageous energy. There are no major celestial bodies here. And then we get the IC line starts in Virgo. The third house over on November 2nd, by the time we get to the next new moon, the third house is the Gemini house. We have the Gemini house sitting in Virgo constellation. So, we have both of those mercurial energies together. Mercurial energy open a lot. Ooh, lots of intellect, lots of aha moments. We have the South Node happening here at a 10 degree. That's knowledge and architectures. Aha moment. And then we have Lilith at a 19, which is knowledge being born, which brings knowledge in our cipher. So expect some like crazy shit coming out in the news, something regarding like teachers or instructors, something in alignment with something that's affecting our daily routine in our community, more so community news, local government, local teachers and stuff like that. Somebody gonna be in the news. There's gonna be some kind of shit coming out in that realm of things. But yeah, also on your personal, maybe something like opening up in your, like how you've been operating on a daily basis with certain people in your family or in your community or your neighborhood and stuff like that. Some type of awareness coming out. See, like the thing with Lilith is Lilith brings out the primordial energy that, got to be starting something. So it's going to be a little dark. It's going to create some sense of transformation and transference of power. Because it definitely will be going against, thought processes in the ways that we've been going about doing things, but definitely a big aha moment. Yeah, I'm ready to take risks for self-development. LOL. I have a Vedic Gemini stellium too. Yeah. That so it's a lot of like swaying and air energy in your happenings and your events. So it's okay for you like to be all over the place, like, oh, I want to be here. Like you would be one of those people where when say you old in age and you have grandkids, you're gonna be like, I was a firefighter, then I was a doctor, then I was a lawyer, then it was one time I was over in Mount Fiji, and then I was over here in South America, then I went to Hawaii. Like you would be one of those ones with those kind of stories, like just all of, might not be as expansive, but like all over the place type of stories, because you have a lot of Gemini energy exchanges that calling you to be flexible and adaptable and to flow with the wind. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. But society will tell you that it is. You're supposed to be at a job until you're 75 and retire and then go get a part-time job somewhere else. And you're supposed to start buying a house now in your 20s. That way it could be paid off by the time you're like 50 or 60. You're supposed to be in the same location with the same address. You finally own the house. So now you don't want to leave the house. You're going to retire in the house again. Like they want us to be rocks. Y'all don't see that? They want us to be rocks. You are not a rock. You are not a rooted tree. It's okay to move. It's okay to change. Hey, see, we got the Gemini in the building. Knowledge born of Allah. Peace to the God. Gemini energy exchange is here. Peace, peace. Yeah, we not rocks. We're supposed to be moving and flowing. So speaking of Gemini, let's get started with the air energy. How about it? So we're gonna get started with the air energy from new moon to new moon. And happy full moon, y'all. Let's do it based on the full moon. Today the full moon is in Aries. We got that Aries near our north node on the tropical realm. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe this is just an Aries tropical. It's Vedic. We're still in Pisces. But we're still in that north node energy. We're in the energy of Neptune and Chiron over here with our full moon. So really transmuting those wounds is heavy today. You know what I'm saying? And it's in that full moon, the moon is celebration and energy. So for my air babies having this fire, and when I say air, sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, Uranus, Jupiter, wherever it is in your chart, you know what I'm saying? This one's for y'all, feeling that air, that fire in your air. It should move you guys, to dissipate, to expand, or whatever. Just be mindful of being irritated, being too expanded or whatever. Ground yourself a little bit. You can find some grounded in that Pisces, constellation with the things. New beginnings into our intuitive space, how we nurture ourselves, our home and family. And for you guys, it's going to affect a lot to do with your social circles, who you socialize with and how you socialize. You know what I'm saying? So new beginnings to those spaces, and follow your intuitive energy in the realms of having transformations and new beginnings, and how you communicate and who you socialize with, whether it's on Gemini, that intermediate family tri-city area, or it's Aquarius, your social realms, just all of society, or it's in what's the other one? Libra, your interpersonal one-on-one relationships. You'll just find a sense of new beginnings happening there. It might turn into like a squabble or whatever, because fire is there. You know what I'm saying? So it might not always be the kind of new beginning that you were hoping for, but it will be the one that you need regardless of how it happens. All right. Ooh, purpose. This is the South Node, right? Yep. No, this is North Node. Yeah, that's the North Node symbol. My bad. I'll still try to get some of those extra symbols in order. But the North Node and the Moon. See, exactly what I said. The Moon is next to the North Node. See, one thing y'all gonna learn is I'm David Ruffin. These are the temptations. That's the joke I give all the time. My bad to the ones that's always here. Like, damn, she telling that joke again. And I will tell it again. But yes, ashwagandha, purpose, 5 and 4, walking in the power of your truth and sensing a sense of foundation in it. So we have that alignment with my air babies. Remember, we are in the Raven sun. This is an air sun with this fire moon too. So, looking at that alignment of the external experience of the air and the intellect, and then the fire of movement and getting it done. Everything starts with the thought, and the gut controls the mind. So, paying attention to your gut feelings and applicating that into your space is heavy here. You said tell that joke again and again, God. I will. I'll tell that joke every time. My cards are my backup singers. I am the main. I am Beyonce. These are the Destiny children. I'm Diana Ross. But yeah, moving in your purpose, y'all, my air babies. We love it here. Temperance, focusing on your daily routine, how you carry yourself on a regular basis is key here. That temperature. Remember, don't let that fire get you too fired up, too expanded, or all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But today's a good day for y'all to embark on those daily acts of self-empowerment, because Ogun is Herakuhudi, and those are the celestial enforcers enforcing your internal law. So, it's definitely a good time, if any time, to start doing those personal acts of empowerment and applying those to your temperance. We have the reverse 3 of chalices. So, creation in your emotional space, bringing things into the physical and emotional space. We're not quite there yet. We're on a slowdown. That doesn't mean that we're not going to get there. So what you feel that you want, what your intuition is telling you that you want, you desire, and all those things, it might not, be in the physical for you just yet. But that's also because we're in a new beginning in the constellation realms of things. And we're also in Pisces constellation with the moon as well. So it's really more so in the space of gathering that information. You know what I'm saying? We're getting the knowledge, we're getting the downloads, we're getting the emotions, we're getting the intuition and stuff like that, but we're not necessarily giving birth to anything just yet. No, take a breath. When we get into the year 9 is going to be kind of crazy for a lot of y'all, especially my manifestors. I'm a manifester. I won't say I'm scared, but I'm learning in this energy to be very cautious of, my aura. I've noticed that when I breathe a certain kind of way and I have this certain mindset and this certain connection with my aura, whatever it is that I'm thinking of, it does come into my vortex. Not always verbatim, but it does come into my space. I've noticed that. And it's actually pretty cool to play with. We're going to focus on our sacral chakra, my air babies, being of service, helping people, and finding that creativity and that joy in that being of service and helping people. That's going to help you along. And that's also another act of empowerment for y'all. It may not feel like it. Some of y'all might have somebody in y'all space y'all gotta help, and y'all like, damn, I really don't want to help this person. But it may help you along the way by helping that individual. So think more optimistic about the help that you're giving. We're in Netzach. So you want to focus on your seventh Sephiroth, your Netzach Sephiroth of the celestial designers, the Venusian energy. This is 7 of coins, Saturn in your Taurus. So challenges happening in the heart chakra, how you feel about things. You know what I'm saying? Where your emotional energy is. So be mindful of that, because Saturn brings the challenges, but Saturn also brings understanding. So we give thanks for the challenges, because the challenges give us a newfound understanding on how to operate, how to order, discipline, boundaries, how to obtain and maintain certain resources that we need, all that fun stuff. And then escape from deceit. Ooh, okay. Some of y'all in that old Luku, y'all in those Pisces waters, y'all in that Pisces constellation with this Aries moon, and y'all need to move away. And I also have y'all at 55 that's walking in the power of your truth 2 times until you get to knowledge in your cipher, and automatically it just brings you to a sense of knowledge. So let me just give all of y'all, let me give you the whole thing, my bad. So we're going to walk in our purpose. We're focusing on our North Node, which we know is in Pisces right now, and the moon, which we also know is in Pisces, but it is in Aries tropical. So our thought process is in that space of new beginnings, and the thought and the gut that controls the mind is the thought, our ambition, our triggers and stuff like that, while our energy exchanges is on, Olukun, Akashic records, spiritual experiences and stuff like that. And then remembering like the sun and moon alignment, our experience and our experience, how are you experiencing things? And then we have our temperance, focusing on how you control your energies on a daily routine. Pay attention to your emotions. They're a little offsetting, because it's not time to create the things with our emotions, but that doesn't mean don't be on top of how you feel and stuff. Practice that shit now. Being of service, being generous, tapping into your sacral chakra, your creative self, and those acts of service. Like some of y'all, like it's getting cold outside, so like a coat drive, a food drive, a clothing drive, something like that. You guys might be more drawn to doing around this time and space right now. That'll help you guys and give y'all that sense of empowerment that you're looking for. Focus on your Saturn and Taurus, the different challenges that's going to come to your heart chakra. Now, Taurus not only deals with your emotions and your sense of self-value and self-esteem, but it also deals with your business too. It also deals with your pentacles. You know what I'm saying? This is a 7 of Pentacles card. So 7 being that balance and harmony with the physical world and your emotions. See, it's what's going on inside of your heart that's supposed to be projected on the outside, and not what's going on the outside being absorbed inside. So remind you that all this shit going on outside should not be inside of here. It's what's inside of here that's projecting outside of there. So if you don't like what's going on in your vortex, it's something inside of here that needs to be tweaked. And I promise the things that you want to go away will go away as you start tweaking and working on stuff what's in here. But like, if some stuff in your space, you'll learn to have a better appreciation for once you realize how much of a reflection it is to what's going on inside of here that you actually embrace about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Escape from deceit. Whether that's deceit somebody else is giving you, the Pisces Olukun deceit, or is that deceit that you giving yourself, convincing yourself, this isn't good enough, that isn't good enough, this isn't what you asked for, that ain't right, this over there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's the air. So now we're going to go to water. When I speak on water, I'm talking about Cancer, Scorpio, and Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, right? And so we somewhat have a Pisces moon. We are in the Pisces constellation. Remember, the node is here as well as Chiron, Neptune. Saturn is here on the tropical chart, even though it's over in Aquarius, still on the Vedic. So with the water energy, y'all, emotions, be mindful of the emotions. Now, this is a good season for y'all to intellectualize your emotions, because there's not too many like elements that give y'all space and opportunity to intellectualize your emotions. It's always just, I feel. But sometimes you have to put some definitions to the feeling. Sometimes you have to use more intellectual words besides I'm happy, I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm glad, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? We need some bigger words for you, some more precise words for you. So start practicing on expressing your experience to things and being more precise and articulate about it. You know what I'm saying? And that'll help when you're projecting your emotions in your space and you're communicating them to other people outside of yourself. But learn how to start doing that within. This is a good time for that. And this is a good way to exercise those daily acts of empowerment. When you start to articulate how you feel even better, it gives you a confidence when you are moving about and you're paying attention to your emotions under different things. And that's heavy under this, this Raven sun, this Libra sun, that wants us to find balance in our heart chakra and how we feel about things. And that'll also help you when you're articulating your intuition, because you'll have better words to explain, like the different visions and how you're experiencing certain things. And when you're communicating with other people, like, my bad, I missed y'all the last 2 days, but in my defense, I had a podcast yesterday and a podcast today that I'm doing with y'all right now. But I have been reading the 12 steps of assertiveness with y'all, and right now we're on chapter 5, and we've been getting into how to communicate and things like that. Now, if you guys get more precise with your word choice on your intuition and stop projecting, oh, because I feel like this, you should be doing that, or you should be acting like this, or you should blah, blah, blah. They should or should not have to do anything based upon how you feel or what you think or how you're experiencing things. It's you that should be doing things. So when you learn how to communicate better, you'll have better energy exchanges, because it's less like me expecting you to behave based upon how I feel. We're not here to control people with our feelings. Oh, because this makes me feel bad, you shouldn't do it anymore. Like, yeah, I would like someone to care enough about me to stop certain behaviors if it was hurting my feelings. But I'm not here to control you with that. If I don't like the way you're treating me, and I don't like how I feel when you behave a certain way, and I realize that that's not going to stop anything, it's time for me to move on. And I'm not controlling you with my absence either. Oh, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. Don't control people with your absence. Just be absent if that's what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? So, we come in. You said clocking all me tea for real. LOL, my mom's name is Raven. Really? Raven is Libra energy, especially with my Virgo moon in 11. I'm reading your shit backwards. My bad. My tropical Saturn and the Taurus in the 8th house. Okay, so challenges to your business, your wealth, and your self-esteem, your levels of love and forgiveness. But once you overcome those challenges, it empowers you. But even when you're underneath those challenges, you still feel empowered. That's why you got to be careful with that anger, how you carry in your wounds and your feelings. Because either way, you're still powerful. Excuse me. The transit Uranus has been dancing on my natal Saturn in my vortex. Okay, so progressive pushes in that. Okay. My 6 Cancer placements are in the 9th house, expansion to your intuition. We've been a little bit too philosophical. Okay, so you had to ground yourself a little bit. Yeah, because Virgo moon in 11th house, that'll put you in a dark hole too. All right, water babies, you got the dandelion. So you guys are working on your Chiron and your Jupiter. So Chiron is how you transmute your wounds into a strength. Work on your emotions. You can't control people with your emotions and how you experience things. And Jupiter is giving you that generosity and that optimism that if I communicate these things, regardless if you do what it is I would like for you to do, I'm still going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to be happy while I'm doing it. It's not going to be in spite of you, despite of you, or nothing to do with you. This is about me being the lead player in my role, and not thinking that just because I'm water and I flow and I can go into any container and I can flow here and flow there, that you should be on that same type of time. That's not everybody. Sometimes y'all talking to like earth stellums sometimes y'all talking to fucking Taurus stellums, asking them to be air stellums or something like, and it just doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? So this is also the energy of the wounded healer, so transmute those emotions and stuff like that, and that'll put you more so in a healing space. But then you're also realize like how much like you guys are influencing people by being in your authenticity. You don't have to control people with your emotions. Being in your authenticity and embarking and moving out of your comfort zone and doing all the things that you do for you, about you, by yourself, that is influence enough for a lot of people. It might not always influence the people that you want to influence, that you want to follow suit or whatever, but it's going to influence the people that are around that need to see and hear it, right? And we move in gratitude for that just alone. You know what I'm saying? So, peace to my wounded water baby healers. And it's not just the sun sign. This could be your moon, Mercury, Venus. Mercury is how you communicate. Venus is how you feel. Mars is, how you act. You know what I'm saying? All of that water energy can be in the space of, wounded healer. Uranus is how you push. Pluto is how you power. Saturn is how you challenge. Jupiter is, your joy. You know what I'm saying? King of Swords. Yeah. Intellectualize your feelings, how you feel, and be empowered behind it. See how you're not hiding behind the sword, but the sword is there. Like, I know how to communicate what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to intellectualize all facets of your emotions and how you feel. You don't want to over intellectualize, but I think it's time for y'all to get to a space where y'all are learning how to articulate, things to yourself. And that way you could better articulate things to other people without feeling like, oh, I feel this way, so you should feel this way because I feel this way. Not everybody is on your harmony. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's on your frequency, on your rhythm. And that shouldn't make you feel better than somebody or worse than somebody. It's just, that's you. That's you. And you're allowed to be you. And they're allowed to be them. You know what I'm saying? We got the reverse devil card. Be careful. And y'all moving to obtaining things. Some of y'all being manipulative and how y'all moving and obtaining things, how y'all trying to control things. Some of y'all using that water energy to like on some gimme shit. And nope, we can't move in that realm either. We're not doing that. Shout out to my sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, North Node, and MC and Cancer. Yeah. Shouts to all of that. Learn how to get better with intellectualizing those placements and how, like, they're moving you. You know what I'm saying? Especially in energy exchange, because we know water can form to a cup. Somebody pull up with a cup, somebody pull up with some fire, some air, whatever. Water is going to conform. And you might not always like the way your water is being, manipulated. So say that. You know what I'm saying? Say that. This is not how you speak to my water. I don't like the way my bonds are forming when you utilize this energy around my energy. And, I'm not saying that to control you. I'm just saying that to let you know. Now, however way you choose to keep going about this, will determine how I move for me. It has nothing to do with you. I'm pulling the grief card for y'all again. Be careful with those emotions and how you feel. You ain't nobody's victim. We're not moving as victim. I know y'all the wounded healers, but that wound is for your testimony. You know what I'm saying? This is your testimony. It's to strengthen you. It's to help other people around you that need to hear what you went through to inspire them and what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? You never know how your story is going to help uplift people. It's time to move in your authenticity, but you have to learn how to articulate what that authenticity even means, especially y'all being so moldable and adaptable. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's the one y'all want me to do. Ketters, more intellectual, more knowledge. Ketters, the Aquarius energy. Oh, I got two for y'all that pulled out. Got the Ketters, and I got Bina, your understanding. Oh no, nothing is. It's not colored in. It's just circled. Yeah, Bina and Keter. So knowledge and understanding. You got the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So making them moves. And then, again, in charge of that intellect. Heavy here. Ooh, I like that for y'all. I like that for y'all. Men's meeting, 3 and 5. So we got the creation and walking in the power of your truth. That brings you to 8, building and destroying. So some of y'all do have to have those conversations with other people and let them know. You have to communicate, and that starts with communication with yourself. So be mindful of that communication. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not here to use my emotions to control y'all. You are the wounded healer. Then you got the 5 and 3. So not only do you end with a 3 and 5, but you start with the 5 and 3. So it's all about transformations and building and destroying. We're gonna learn how to articulate our feelings. We're gonna learn how to not control and manipulate other people, places, things, situations outside of ourselves with how we feel. We're going to again. Knowledge is power. Knowledge and how we feel. Embarking on that knowledge and how we feel and being empowered by it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't nobody's victim. We're not moving with the grief. We are healers. You know what I'm saying? And there are going to be some energy exchanges that you have to have. You're going to have to tell people. You're going to have to talk to people. But if you practice with yourself, to yourself, by yourself, when you come around those other people, it's going to be easy. It's gonna be easy. Like I already talked in the mirror to this about myself mad times. So me coming in here and saying this shit to you right now ain't doing nothing for me or to me. You know what I'm saying? So we done went through the air and the water. Now we're gonna go through the fire. All right. So we have this beautiful fire moon out here. This is the Aries moon, the moon of Ogun, new beginnings, Herakuhuti energy, the celestial enforcers of our internal law. This is the moon. Full moon is the moon of celebration, right? We're like in the middle point of our moon cycle. This is the middle point of our moon cycle. So we done did all the waxing, we did all the building, the tangibles and the intangibles. So we're going to start going into wanting, which is the cleansing, until we get to the next new moon, right? So now we're in a space of celebration. We're in the middle of the things. We did it with a fire moon. You guys, I know y'all feel alive. Y'all feel livened. Downloads popping. You know what I'm saying? When I talk to my fire babies, I'm talking to Leo, you know, my confident, courageous, my little drama kings. I got a Leo son. He is a drama king. My son's dad is also a Leo, also a drama king. That's why I'm like, bro, I don't need to get no lick backs on that, bro. With that man, like he good. You know what I'm saying? I know the dramatics. I was in a relationship with that man for 10 years before we separated. I've known him since I was 17. Like we in our he in his 40s. I'm in my 30s now. I learned him. I know him. My son is 18 now. He a Leo. He with the dramatics. Me and my other son, we both Leo risings. We with the dramatics too. Could you imagine, like, bro, when all four of us walked into a room, so many heads turned, and that was before I even knew that we were a pack of lions. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea. So it's like now that I have that knowledge, it makes sense. Like, oh, okay, that's why we used to get the energy that we used to get. Like, it's a bunch of lions that just walked in the room. You know what I'm saying? People could feel that. But yeah, you gotta be mindful of the dramatics under this moon. Also coming into the wanting phase, because y'all don't really be wanting to cleanse and disperse and rid or whatever. So be mindful of how you like flow with this wanting. Be mindful of how like big y'all make yourself during these 2 days of the full moon in Aries. You know, with my Aries energy, y'all be mindful of y'all arrogance, enforcing, controlling. Again, the only person y'all control is yourself. When y'all start trying to control other people, places, things, situations with y'all own internal law, y'all not moving righteously. Your law is for you. Now, if you speak your law and other people gravitate and say, you know what, I like the way your law sound. That sound cool. I'm with the shits. Then that's cool. But once you start like, you know, controlling people with your law and trying to chastise people with your law and all that stuff like that, you're doing too much. You've overgone. You've gone over the deep end. Me, I don't debate. I'm not a debater. You will not have me on none of these platforms debating with nobody about nothing. You will never see it. I don't got time to debate. I'm not going to debate. On Instagram, I comment so much. I'm in algorithms. My comments are like really heavy. And you got all these robot accounts and real people that want to sit there and argue and debate and insult and shit. I'm not a debater. I'm not debating with y'all. I'm laughing. I'm sincerely laughing. I don't need to control y'all with my thoughts. I share my thoughts and I move the fuck on. And the only reason I do that is so I can stay in algorithms with certain things. That's how I play the game. I don't like doing a bunch of gimmicks and jumping over my head to get y'all to want to get a reading from me. I don't feel like I need to do that. This is my soul calling. If you want a reading from me, I promise you I will give you the best reading you've ever experienced in your whole life. I promise I'll change your life. Every person I've done hundreds of readings already. I've been reading charts for Jesus, I don't want 8 years now. 7, 8 years now. I've been reading other people's charts. You know what I'm saying? So like, trust and believe, I will change your whole life. I don't need to enforce what the fuck I do to get y'all to want to do it with me. I'm so confident in myself. I don't debate. I don't need to debate. I also have psychology, sociology, and behavioral coaching under my field from Western medicine. So like, I know how to do what I'm doing from a psychological point of view as well. I can help you with your mental health. I'm an ordained minister. I can help you with your spiritual health. It doesn't have to be about you know, stars and planets. It doesn't have to be there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all be mindful of y'all controlling people. Yeah, I don't have to control people to be heard and be seen. We see y'all Aries. My Sagittarians, chill with the pick me energy. We see y'all, and sometimes when they don't get the energy that they're calling out for, they start the temper tantrums and the anger and the attitudes and stuff. Y'all be mindful of that fire energy that y'all put out, especially in this wanting phase as we move into the new moon energy. You know, we see y'all. We know we starting the full moon into the wanting with the fire energy. So like y'all being on the forefront of things is cool. Be mindful of the dramatics. Yeah. Initiation. You got the cacao. So Uranus is the progressive pushes, and then you got Venus is the heart chakra. 3 and 8, your expression and emotions with that 8 of power brings you to a sense of mastery. Okay. So allowing those progressive pushes on your heart chakra, your emotions, how you feel. And I believe Uranus is over there in Taurus. So it is over there already creating progressive pushes and your emotions and how you feel. So again, y'all don't need to control anything with how y'all feel. We know y'all fire. We know y'all the Woodley, you're a Sagittarius. I've been surrounded by a lot of Sagittarians lately. I find that very interesting. But we already know how y'all feel. We know y'all fire. Y'all lead the way. Y'all the spark of light. You know, speed speaking. Light moves a lot faster than a lot of other things. But no, you don't need to control other people with your fire. You know, you don't need to burn people, burning pathways, burning bridges, and all that stuff like that. It's not necessary. You know, calm, cool, and collected, especially when we go into this wanting phase of, you know, just cleansing things. Some people have to cleanse you. You have to cleanse yourself. You know, moving into that space of things is heavy. The sun, your sun and moon is in Sagittarius. Oh, you're a genius. Sagittarians are so smart. I have really good conversations with Sagittarians. Y'all so smart. It's because y'all go like y'all take like grounded information and y'all just expand. Y'all could expand on it forever. So smart. The world card. Ooh. Letting the world take the wheel. Because we aren't in fire energy, and we're not going to be in fire energy until we get to Sagittarius, which isn't until like the end of November. So y'all got a little bit of time to just like take a breath, you know what I mean? Experience. I know that could be a little frustrating, you know what I'm saying? But trust the universe. Trust the universe while we're entering into this, you know, tropical Libra energy, this air, you know, still finding balance in our energy exchanges. And then we start going into the we're in the Vedic air, but we'll be in tropical water. So like, you know, our thought process will be in that transformation and empowerment and building and destroying, while our energy exchanges is on that balance and law, justice, and truth. And so that could be a little irritating as like for fire, because it's like air can blow fire out and so can the water. So a lot of these different energy exchanges in these instances, they're not going to call on you to be like the forest fire. You know, a lot of times you're just going to be called on to be like a candle, you know what I'm saying? Or just a fireplace in a room. But I know, you know, after a certain point, especially once we get to Capricorn and we're in complete darkness, like that desire to like want to be a forest fire, you know, starts itching, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. We're in a space of cleansing. Trust the universe. Trust the way things are flowing. Some things have to be removed here. It is going to call y'all to slow down and be a little tired, not in your 100% energy the way you guys are accustomed to, and that's okay. It's okay. This gives you opportunity to sit still and pay attention to the center of your fire. You know what I'm saying? That's that Uranus and the Taurus, you know, the progressive pushes in your heart chakra and your emotions that'll keep you going. So when we do get into those fires again, whether it's Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, when we do start getting into those fire energies again, you guys will be more grounded in your emotions and be more responsible in your actions. You know what I'm saying? The two of chalices. Yes, balancing those emotions. Balance the emotions. Balance how you feel. That's what we doing. We balancing how we feel. Not everything got to get burnt up. Not everything got to be put on fire. Not everything deserves all your fire. And that was like a vibe that I've been feeling for y'all for the last few Wednesdays is not everybody deserves 100% of your fire. Some stuff you just give them just give them a little lighter. You ain't even got to give them a whole candle. Like here, just go a little light. Fuck out of here. Then you just had to see my fire to believe it or something. And some people need that warmth real quick. But you ain't gotta, you ain't gotta do the whole thing. You ain't gotta be a laser beam. Oh, Keter. So you guys need like intellect to y'all emotions as well. You know what I mean? What set y'all off? What gets y'all going? So this is a day of downloads and knowledge and intellect, being able to intellectualize your fire, the levels of your fire, and when to be a fireplace versus a candle versus just a lit wick, and when to be a forest fire, when to be a laser beam, when to be a whole fucking sun and shit. Like, have levels to it, intellectual, attached to the levels. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta be crazy all the time. Some stuff can be ignored. When we start going into this space of wanting, we start with cleansing the tangible things out of our space. So there's some tangible things in your space that need to be removed, because they might be like things that keep reminding you or keeping you in certain behaviors, and once we go into the wanting of the crescent, then we start getting rid of those said behaviors that was attached to those physical things. You guys working on your heart chakra too? Y'all ain't nobody victim. I don't know why my mind was like, Leo, y'all ain't nobody victim. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Work on y'all heart chakra. That cacao will help you on your heart chakra too, as far as that herb. That cacao herb's good for your heart. Get your emotions in order. Drink you some tea or something. But yeah, y'all need to focus on y'all emotions during this season, intellectualizing, some of those, y'all on the same type time as y'all counterparts, the water, wise old woman. I ain't no old woman, so I hope I felt that. Like, no. But seven is the number of God, of the Libra scales and the balance. So be mindful of that wise old woman energy. You know what I'm saying? She ain't talking about me though. The other wise old women over there. But yeah, so cacao. And 3 and 8, that's expression, that's understanding on your building and destroying. So as we go through this wanting phase or whatever, pay attention to the things that need to go away and how you feel as they're going away. You know what I'm saying? And then once we start getting back into waxing, on November 2nd, now we'll be in the moon cycle of mastery, because it was starting that new moon under the month of mastery, that 3 and 8, that 11. So once we go into that space, like really pay attention to how like building things in your space make you feel and what levels of fire you find yourself in, but we do want to, trust the universe in our space. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be in charge all the time. Balance your emotions. We're focusing on the ketters, which is your downloads, intellectualizing that heart chakra. You ain't nobody with victim. Don't cut it out. And there's a wise old woman in y'all space that's giving y'all, what y'all need, that intellectual energy that y'all need. And, I say Queen of Four. Don't come over here. But shit, I wouldn't even say she was old. Like, I just don't like that old word. That makes my fire. I'm a Leo rising. That make my Leo rising a little triggered. Don't be calling me old. Ooh, I dropped my cards. All right, so now, last but most certainly not least, we got my Earth babies. Okay. That is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. I received that. Ashe. So for my Earth babies during this fire moon, this fire water moon, y'all just learning how to like loosen up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Take action on some things. I know during like the winter months, the Earth gets like more and more still and condensed, and it's easy to fall into like this mundane energy, this like like I feel and it's just like you don't want to fall into that. I mean, just because it's I know we're going into a space of stillness and stuff, but it's stillness to go within. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going within. Hibernation is going within. Where this is a Pisces moon, is dealing with dreams. Go within. Aries moon is dealing with like the gut that controls the mind and thoughts. Go within. It's not so much like just not doing anything and just being stagnant. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be stagnant in the winter months. It's easy to do that. Especially because we get ourselves getting tired and cold, and you got all this like fake weather stuff and all this stuff like that. But like it's easy to just go into I just go to work and come home, go to work and go home. But a lot of y'all own businesses and stuff like that, so this is a space of like cleansing like things in your space. But it's like you're not moving like it's summertime, but you're still making moves. It's kind of like agriculture. Like just because it's the winter months and it's not time for stuff to be growing and sprouting and fruiting and flowering doesn't mean that it isn't time to like start organizing your seeds, start planting your garden, and paying it to like thinking about the things that you want to grow, or start canning the stuff your surplus, things like that. Like applicate that to your relationships, applicate that to your self-growth and stuff like that. It's still a space of building in some type of way, shape, or form. It's just not like full on action-packed movie. It's not a Michael Bay movie right now, but it's still a movie going on. You know what I'm saying? So like, you don't want to stick yourself. You don't want to stuck yourself, because that's also for my earth babies. That's where the depression lies. Like my Taurus babies, y'all start holding it in y'all space of wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like why am I having all these issues like in my materials and stuff like that? Virgo, your stuff starts flowing into your intellectual, your thought process, and how you spend your daily routine. Capricorn, yours start flowing into like, your determination to get things done, like finishing projects, or like even being a leader in spaces. You start losing your ability to be in charge, or to be the cardinal, initiator energy and materializing things. And that can be like disheartening. So y'all be mindful of that. Also, y'all make sure y'all take y'all vitamin D's. No, why I want to say that to y'all. Make sure y'all doing y'all ones and twos, getting y'all minerals, and it's heavy for y'all because y'all go inward, but y'all go inward to be stagnant, and this is not stagnation time. You know what I'm saying? It's just time to move a little bit slower. It's not summertime. Foresight. See, it's time to use the foresight. See, they said it a little bit better this time. I'll let them take the lead sometime. Foresight. We're looking ahead. How do you want to spend the spring? Planning the seeds out, putting a plan out there. How are we going to do this? What moves are we going to make for the business this summer? Like, what are some of our plans? This is the time to do that. It's not time to be like, moving around and la la la, but it's time to plan it out. Foresight. Uranus and Venus are the keys here. Progressive pushes. Uranus is over there in Taurus right now, so it's providing progressive pushes in the heart chakra, and then Venus is over there in Libra. Libra scales, but I believe we just had experienced the transit of Venus moving in Scorpius energy, so we had the transformations and empowerment happening to our heart chakra. So 3 and 6 come together. That is 3. That's understanding. 6 is equality, focusing on your daily routine, health and wellness. See, and that's bringing us to 9. What do you want to give birth to? So what do you want to give birth to? What are we working towards? You know what I'm saying? So building is not so much as action-packed and all that stuff like that, but you don't want to be totally stagnant, because then you're going to be trying to hurry up and play catch-up in the spring and in the summer. But I'm not saying right now move like the spring and the summer, okay? But we love it here. We love the foresight, the intellect, to see her holding the sword. And I love that she's doused in plants, so more earth energy, We're planning things. And then I like to see the tiger over there. He not really moving. He resting. He chilling. Mountains in the back. More earth. You know what I'm saying? It's a sense of stillness here, but we're still thinking. We're still planning and organizing. Don't stand all the way still. You, King of Wands. See, we don't have to move. We're not doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff right now, but we still, we still on the throne with things. We still like, this is what I want to get done. This is what I want it to look like. This is how we're going to do the things. This is like, we're planning and organizing on what we want to do, and then we're going to embark on it. And we're going to feel good about it. And it's going to be great. Yeah, don't wait till last minute. Don't wait till like the last day of Pisces season to be like, oh man, I gotta hurry up and get myself together for Aries season. It's festival season again, and I want to go vend and stuff. Start putting your money to get to the side now to start vending at events. Start organizing those tours now. Start, organizing those different places you want to speak at in the spring and summertime now, and making those phone calls now. Like a lot of the stuff that those big events in the summertime, we like, damn, I always find about those last minute. That's because this is the time where they start organizing them. They're quiet, they're communicating, they're planning. This is the time where you start reaching out and sending those emails and figuring out your spring summer calendar. You know what I'm saying? But you don't start acting like you in your spring summer calendar. So like, if you find yourself trying to move like that, you will be on resistance, and certain things will start happening. Because I know y'all love to manifest all 365. It's not manifestation time. It's just planning. Reverse 6 of chalices. Since dealing with the sense of equality, daily routine, there's some like upside down thing about your emotions on a regular basis, on a daily basis. Y'all, daily acts of empowerment to remind y'all who y'all are, what y'all doing, and what y'all moving for, even if y'all not manifesting. That's the key. So if y'all need to listen to affirmations, y'all need to meditate, do your morning prayers, eat better, especially my earth babies, Venusians. Not Venusians too. Y'all definitely need to eat better for y'all heart health because y'all be doing too much. But my Virgos, y'all stomach health, y'all gut health is key. If y'all over here eating a bunch of bullshit to hide y'all emotions and y'all sadness, it is going to come out in a weird way. And that's not what we want. 10 of Wands, Saturn and Sagittarius. Challenges in the earthly realm. You know what I'm saying? This is going to our Malkuth. Want to know why? Because it's not time for y'all to be like, moving at 100 speed. We're not in summertime. It's just planning and thinking on the things, right? Completion, we move into that 10, the sense of completion. And when we lock in at 10, then we start moving into the spaces of things. You know what I'm saying? There's challenges to that Sagittarius. There's challenges to all that traveling and expansion and moving and, acting out and stuff like that, because it's not time to do that yet. It's just planning. You might get your last little bit of licks during this period of time, but this more so is the time you want to go network with people, get certain things in order and stuff like that. That's cool. For those of you guys that, I know the way the economy and consumption and what's that other C word I'm looking for? Consumerism, has y'all on Leo type time 365. And so during this period of time, I would really like go get your car service, because I know y'all be, I'm gonna get two jobs in the wintertime. And for Christmas, y'all planning Christmas in September. Oh my God, I can't stand the way y'all treat these fucking holidays. It's not what the holidays are for. But yeah, go get your car service and stuff like that if you plan on being your own resistance. If you want to go get an extra part-time job and this over here and doing all that, like go ahead and pre-game for all the shit that's gonna the equal opposite energy that's going to try to teach you to slow down now, because I don't want y'all in my inbox later. The solar plexus chakra, moving in the space of abundance. So I like the story with this one because it's like it reminds you, like, you start becoming your own, how you become your own resistance. So this individual, he had this pinnacle, he dropped it in here, he lost it, it prevented him from doing the things that he wanted to do. But it's because he was being his own resistance. He was doing too much. But in the midst of him doing that, this girl was able to find the pinnacle that she needed for whatever it was she was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It contributed to her home and family. So it's up to you to realize, to see what side of the pinnacle you want to be on. You want to be the person that's being your own resistance, that's dropping your pinnacles, that's dropping your coins and your ability to do things because you're being, too active, or you want to be the person that catches on things because somebody else was being too active. You know what I'm saying? It's like you pick and choose how you want to move in that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be the one that's picking up a coin because somebody else was doing too much. All right, this is my last card for my earth babies, and then I'm done. I did all four, right? Everybody got their stuff. I feel like everybody got their stuff. Escape from the deceitful woman. Some of y'all got it. Run away. Run away. It might be the woman in your head, the voice in your head, that feminine energy in your head telling you you're not doing enough, it's not good enough, that's not enough. And it's at a 5-7. So it's the power of your truth and the balance. What's going on inside of you should be reflected on the outside of you, not what's on the outside of you inside. Now, if there's some deceit, some energy, some feminine energy that's not doing well outside of you, that's nothing but a reflection of the feminine energy inside of you that's not in flow. You know what I'm saying? You might be deceiving your own self with your intuition or your emotions. You're not in alignment. That reverse 6 of cups. You know what I'm saying? Random daily acts of empowerment. Daily acts of empowerment. I know this is not time to manifest. This is not the time to materialize, but this is the time of intellect. We are in the energy of swords. We are in the energy of Oba scales. And then next month we'll be in the energy of empowerment and transformation. Then we will be in the energy of expansion and generosity and joy, creativity. Then we'll be in earth, where you'll really start building and embarking upon things when we're in the darkest of the night. That's when the roots start spreading in the soil for real. We start solidifying things, and then we come into the fiscal new year, and then it starts getting lighter and lighter outside. We just got to get through this last quarter. So take a deep breath, relax. It's going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? You did all your harvesting in Virgo season if you was really in tune with the mathematics of Moot and being in the month of 9 and being in that Virgo energy and experiencing these Virgo eclipses we've been experiencing and just really harvesting things. So if you've been on your If you've been on your shit, you've been on your ship. So when we enter that year of 9, the year of Asad, the year of giving birth, how you flow during this energy of darkness is how the roots are going to grow when we enter this year of 9. So y'all be careful with how y'all treat yourself. Remember, I'm not just talking about Earth, Sun. This could be your moon, Mercury, Venus, Gemini, Uranus, Saturn. I don't care. Pluto. This could be your rising sign. Anything in Earth. Just give yourself grace. Be mindful of how you're harvesting things in your space and how you're treating yourself during this period of time. It's not the period of time of moving at 100. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be your own resistance. You will get in trouble. It will not flow your way. Before I was super in tune with the numerology and all that stuff like that, I used to be moving like, I'm a Virgo horse. Okay. So you already know. If you know, you know. Them horses, we want to move all year around. Virgo. I gotta be manifested. Not only am I a Virgo stellium, I'm a Capricorn stellium too. Like I love to manifest. I am a manifester. So having that knowledge about myself now, I know like during this time is like what I'm manifesting the most is like my roots, the roots to the plant. Ain't no fruit going right now. You know what I'm saying? So if the fruit is not coming right now, just chill, relax, take a deep breath. I know that's what we all want. We want the fruit to grow the same day the seed plant. That's not how it works. I talked to y'all about that before. If you're growing a house plant, yeah, that shit gonna grow fast. But if y'all over here trying to grow a mango or a coconut tree, y'all got to take a couple deeper breaths than usual. A lot of y'all got big dreams and big goals and y'all want them overnight. And those take a whole lot longer than those regular things. And that's why you need daily acts of empowerment. Start that today under this full Ogun moon, this moon of control and Hera Kahuti enforcement. Enforce that empowerment in yourself today so that you know that you are in control of your own self, nobody else. And the more you control your energy and what you got going on in the inside and planning and the foresight and your emotions and your temperament and all these different things, I promise you it's going to reflect outside and it's going to be so beautiful and you're going to love it here. Even the parts of yourself you convinced yourself you didn't like, it'd be like, well, I'm grateful that I get to experience this because at one point, because eventually in the future, this is going to be a dream. It's going to be a memory. And it's going to be those moments where it's like, damn, I wish I would have cherish those moments more, but I was too busy picking out what I didn't like and what I didn't want about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't get caught up in that because eventually this is going to be a memory that you're going to go back on. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got for you, my earth babies. You know what I'm saying? Escape from your own deceit. I don't feel like this is a woman outside of yourself. I feel like this is your own feminine energy. Escape from your own emotions telling you that you need to be all over the place and now your own resistance or whatever. And you dropping your abundance for somebody else to pick up when you could be the one picking up abundance. You know what I'm saying? Chill on yourself. Challenges to your malkuf, to your earthly self during this period of time because this period of time is usually when y'all start going ham because y'all fall into this pagan shit. And I don't mind the pagan shit. It's not the pagan holiday that bothers me. It's the capitalistic shit on top of the pagan holiday that bothers me. And it be having y'all moving crazy and treating each other crazy and treating yourselves crazy and forgetting a lot of things. Hey, watch The Grinch. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about the boxes and the bags. It was about what was in your heart. You know what I'm saying? And that's, if you know, you know. But again, y'all make sure y'all reach out to me if you would like a personal reading. Right now I'm doing I'll read your name, your life path number, and give you a card spread for $22. I do that in a nice PowerPoint presentation. Email that to y'all. Also, check out my music, Sunshine Monie L. I'm on all streaming platforms. Y'all can check out my affirmation music. I did do an affirmation challenge for about 2-3 months. So I have like a good 80 songs worth of affirmations on my YouTube page, Lesnobodies. I believe it's labeled Pluto, or no, it's labeled Eclipse Season Playlist. That has an affirmation for every day. Y'all can check that out. I remix different, instrumentals that we know, and I transmuted the lyrics to be affirmation songs. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can check that out. I share that a lot. Check out my Cosmic Nobody's Conversations. I'm opening up the interviews, networking, bringing that networking energy out or whatever. So y'all check me out on that. I just did an interview with Killer Priest yesterday. And we have the energy awareness courses coming out as well. So, check that out in November. Oh, make sure y'all go nominate your healers, because the Cosmic Nobody Convention is open, and seeing all this stuff will be like in action and active in the summertime, but we're in the space of building and networking now in this space and time. So, reach out, make sure y'all nominate y'all healers. We got a lot of different, categories, from music to community builder to educator to fashion designer to podcaster. All those different categories. It's free to nominate. It's free to be nominated. Donations are welcome. And I'll show you guys the awards before I let y'all go. Let me show y'all the awards. I got it right here too. So this is an example, now I'm still in the process of mailing some of these out. Some of them came back in the mail, but you got a nice little pinnacle, you got the protection, you got the whatever, it got your face, your name, and then on the back it got the different, categories that you won. And so this is what the pinnacle looks like. This is what you will receive. The more awards, the more pinnacles you'll have. I also had smaller pinnacles for those who don't win, but they still participate. That's something that I do every year. You know what I'm saying? Yes, make sure y'all buy the jewelry. I make jewelry. I make organite jewelry, gemstone jewelry. Yeah. So I got some things for y'all. Y'all, want to get in alignment with. Again, I'm Earth energy, so like, I can't do too much crazy stuff. I'm learning the hard way. This is not the time for me to be at a whole bunch of events and doing a bunch of like traveling and stuff. This is a time for me to be inward as well. So I am open for the readings and the teachings, but not so much for the traveling. This event that I got like next weekend, if this will be this is gonna be the last one, and then I'm gonna take a breath, because I learned my lesson with the traveling and all that stuff like that a couple years ago. I've been in my mathematics ever since. I'll go be in soon. But for those of you guys that are in the Texas area, I will be performing at the Harambe Festival next weekend. I believe Erykah Badu will also be present, which I'm very excited about. Everybody's always putting us in the same bracket, so now I get to meet the energy in person. But that's what I got for y'all today. I really appreciate y'all tapping in. I really appreciate y'all support. Woodley, I'm definitely looking forward to assisting you in your spiritual journey. This is what I do. This is what I've been brought here to do, and this is what I do well. Hey, Caroline, peace to the goddess. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go because I'm ready to go to bed. Don't forget random acts of self-empowerment. Peace, y'all. Peace to everybody in YouTube world. I love y'all so much. Thank you, Adonis. I always appreciate you tapping in. Love you. I love you.